Welcome back to Subahibi, and let's continue our read, Looking Glass Insects. A black shadow draped over the sky. A dreary black shadow that stretches into the infinite, like the world's twilight. A dreary scene. A dream I never had before, but one that seems so familiar. Maybe it was a dream from long ago. The dream made me sad. Then it disappeared. I always feel bad in the mornings. I can totally relate. It's already in the morning. I already feel bad. And I'm going to read the Bullying Depression Simulator chapter. Anyway, but this morning was way worse than usual. After getting a night's sleep, everything that happened last night seemed like a dream. It didn't feel real at all. I never even dated anyone. I never had sex with anyone. And I haven't even had my first kiss. I gotta note that down, man. I gotta note that down. I'm just starting. I'm just starting, and I already have I already have something to cut. Okay. I wish it was just a dream. I wish it was a lie. It was all a lie. I don't want to believe that. I'm the kind of person who would do that.
どうか今日一日穏やかな日であってください。
I'll look around a few times, then walk around my classroom, trying not to make eye contact with anyone. I just want to disappear.
ちょっと高島さん。
When the teacher from the next class over said something to me, I jumped and squealed in surprise.
どうしたの？そんなに驚いて。いいえ、大丈夫です。すみません。
Shoot, I can't believe I freaked out.
何でしょうか？ね、瀬名川先生が高島さんを呼んでいたわよ。え？瀬名川先生が。
Tanagawa sensei is my homeroom teacher. Why would she be looking for me? She couldn't have found out about yesterday, right?
彼女、ちょっと怒ってたみたいだから、早く行った方がいいわよ。怒っていた？あなたが何をしたかは知らないけど、素直に謝れば結のことだもの。きっと快く許してくれるわ。ほら、行ってきなさい。
Alright, I can see why Kiyokawa got the shit she got in the end. Anyway.
はい。
Well, yeah, all the teachers in the school is fucking, well, it's like that, it's like the waiter from yesterday. I mean, okay, it was also literally yesterday, who cared more about her job than, like, the actual person she was talking to. I mean, sure, Kiyokawa did feel guilty, but, like, you know, I don't know. Maybe it was, I don't know, man. Realize a little too hard. You know, you only have a certain amount of care for the world. But then sometimes, if you don't care too much, you fuck up in such a way that you end up in the kind of situation they have in the end of the story. Anyway, whatever. I don't want to think about this right now. Let's go with the story. She had a big smile as she passed me, a great contrast to the unease I was feeling. She was upset, and she was looking for me? Could that be about what happened yesterday? Did school find out what happened at the station or in the karaoke box?
どうしよう。
Just so you know, any competent school would have caught wind of whatever Zakura was doing. If they ever found out about those videos, I would definitely be expelled. What do I do now? This is the worst thing that could have happened. It's all over now.
瀬名川先生。ああ、高島さん、おはよう。おはようございます。
Just like Iyakawa warned me, her face looked pretty severe.
いつも貧困法制なあなたがしたとは思えないんだけど、でも見たという証人が複数いるからね。
You really did. Someone saw me. Of course they did. I can't believe I was naked out there. I wish that had just been a dream. But it's all real. It's all over.
私。何のことかは分かっているみたいね。はい。すみませんでした。それでどうして古い方のプールに赤インクをまき散らすようなことをしたの？それははい、インク？
Ink? What do you mean ink?
今朝出勤してみたら旧プールが赤インクで大変なことになってるって用務員さんに言われたのよ。そうなんですか。
Oh, no, it's Takaji. It's fucking Takaji.
ひどいいたずらする子がいるわねと呆れていたら。
And, you know, considering how Jesus. Like I said, I think any competent school would have caught wind of the shit that happened in the station, man. There is no fucking way. I mean, even if it's 2012, CCTV's already existed in 2012, man. I don't know, man. 複数の子が昨日の夕方、あなたが気でも狂ったかのようにプールへ赤インクを撒いていたって証言してきてね。What the hell is this thing about the red ink thing? I mean, the only person I can think about having red ink is Takaji, but like, how the hell did they have like several witnesses say it's Zakura? そんな、昨日は、私は。昨日、どうしたの？I can't say that. I can't tell her what I was really doing yesterday evening. 証言って。赤坂さんと北見さんよ。でも他にも複数の男子が目撃したって言うから。Okay, so, okay. Now I kind of okay, I forgot the details. So I don't know what the hell they're trying to pull here. That they conspired to make some shit about her throwing some ink on the pool. I mean, sure it can be like your usual bullying shit, but like I can't remember what exactly they're trying to pull here. 私としてもおとなしいあなたがあんなことしたとは考えたくないけどね。複数の人間が見たとなれば、まあ仕方ないでしょ。Bruh. One of those famous Logic 101 fallacies, man. Jesus Christ, that's not how it works, man. はい。あなたがやったのよね。You can tell that she's in here just trying to put some blame on Zakura, or like just to pin it down. Like I can already tell that she doesn't. I can. Okay, it's more like I can feel it, and then I can tell that she's more interested in narrowing it down on the blame on one person than actually trying to figure out what actually happened. I do admit it's closer to a hunch, and I feel based on she wasn't trying to actually investigate, but she would rather just accept whatever multiple people had said. But obviously that's not like a strong argument or whatever. And then this was already loaded with, you were the one who did it, right? So it means that she already came into this conversation wanting to just having it pinned down on her immediately, so it's over. So she doesn't need to think about it too much after that. Anyway, at least that's my interpretation. When I tried to tell her I didn't do it, she looked at me sharply as if she didn't want to hear it. There you go. She wasn't. She did. I don't think she cares about what actually happened. She just wants it out of her way. I didn't know who did it, but I couldn't admit what I was doing last night either. I just froze. Of course, okay, the bullies also had like this in mind, because obviously the alternative is far worse than her accepting blame for throwing ink on the old pool. She just glared at me, not saying a word. We stood in silence for a moment. I was too weak to protest. I picked the safest option. I just wanted to get away from her, away from the uncomfortable silence.
ごめんなさい。私がやりました。
I gave up, just like that. I realized I had gone back to my old self. I was finally starting to feel like I was stronger than this. I thought I was stronger thanks to Mamiya-kun. But in reality, I was wrong. I'm still the exact same person. I haven't changed at all. I just let other people decide things, and I let them do whatever they want. I can't even fight back. Which is the number one difference between this route, this ending, versus the other ending, the Kirika ending with her route, where she shouted one panache and shit.
でも本心を言えばあなたがしたとはどうにも信じられないんだけどね。
Oh, so she's having doubts herself, but then she's willing to go through the shit regardless? She gave a sardonic laugh as she told me that. She was so sure I was the culprit before, too. Adults are always like this. I know what's happening. I've experienced this before. Not just in the real world, but over the internet, too. I've seen the same thing happen so many times before. Adults just close their eyes and look away from the truth so they can come up with an explanation that's most convenient for them. Here you go. Adults are always like that. They push their views on anyone weaker than them the second they get a chance. And the weaklings like me that have to suffer for it. And it's the weakness like me that have to suffer for it. Even teachers do it. No, teachers do it more than anyone else. Someone writing this script from a point of view of, my teachers were assholes. They wouldn't believe my shit. Well, I did hear that when they were coming up with the whole concept of Tsubahibi, I know Tsubahibi isn't like this was originally meant to be 2 visual novels, but they ended up just combining it. That's why you have the long ass name. They did interview actual people getting bullied. I don't know if that's an internet rumor or like something I read in an article. Somehow in my field of consciousness, I remember reading something like that. Anyway, they probably picked that up from H2O as early as H2O, especially since that was the VN before this, and they did make a reference to H2O in the karaoke box song. So they're the late 2000s are a very active time for Karaoke and Makura. So yeah, they've been combining a lot of shit together. That's why they ended up with 2 VNs that became one. Like also this wonderful everyday for the whole German language thing, the whole German phrase thing. Anyway.
まあ、水星の赤インクらしいから落とすのは簡単みたいよ。はい。ありがとうございます。
I weakly replied, trying to be polite. The same acquiescent response I'm shown every time I met conflict. I just need to say I'm sorry or say thank you. If I just do that, the problem will go away.
まだ1時間目まで時間があるから、早くホースで水をまいてきれいにしてきなさい。ホームルームには出なくてもいいわ。
I get what Senegawa was trying to do here. Her tones changed because she was trying to shift. She's trying to make it. She's basically trying to attempt to say that you can get off scot-free. Just clean it. Just clean the pool out. You know. But of course, from Zakura's perspective, you already know she feels like, what an asshole. What an asshole of a teacher.
わかりました。ほら、早く行きなさい。
She didn't even ask why I did it. She just waved and sent me on my way. Which obviously is only her concern. Her only concern is just to get the problem away rather than trying to solve the problem. She didn't want to think about it any longer. Or maybe she just hates me. She always had a pretty nasty attitude towards me. No, yeah, I really do think it's more like the whole, like the way of the situation. She cares more about her shifting her problems away. I kind of feel like she doesn't like me. If you were my age, you would be bullying me too, wouldn't you? She's so confident and decisive. She would probably just think I was disgusting and pathetic. I think here this is more of her own interpretation of how she's looking at things. I do think Senegawa Sensei is more of just trying to throw the problem away rather than being this. She may not necessarily be like this, but of course that we will have an earlier scene, a later scene that will explain the whole incident that caused her two bullies to stop bullying her for a while, until of course yesterday, of course. Anyway, I know what it feels like to be hated, and I can tell that adults are just as petty as children, which is true. I'm pretty sure even at age 60, whatever the fuck social media platform we are at that point, whatever social media platform at that point, I mean, we're actually, to this day, we already know some 60-plus-year-old dudes just being so fucking petty as fuck. So anyway, an ugly bitch is just an ugly bitch. Apparently bullying can happen after you get a job too. I heard bullying at the workplace was actually very common. Yeah, I hear that a lot too. Even in really, really good companies, you still have bullying there. It never disappears. Yeah. They probably do it too. I bet some teachers bully the weaker ones. That's why it wouldn't surprise me to hear Senegawa Sensei hated me too. Mrs. Senegawa. Mrs. Senegawa. She's apparently married. The red end looks like blood, you know, because it really does look like blood. It actually adds to the visual flair, the whole thing. It's as if someone jumped down on the pool. Anyway, I think I really don't remember what happens next, but this might be a trap just to get her here. Anyway, I changed into my swimsuit in case I got wet, but when I saw what happened, I was stunned. Oh, is this the incident involving they asked Mamiya to steal her uniform? Oh, this might be it. Just like Senegawa Sensei said, the old pool was absolutely covered in red ink. Yeah, that's also my remark. I wonder if this is what it would look like if a skydiver's parachute malfunctioned and he landed in the pool, spraying blood everywhere. Ah, what a Skaji setup here, huh? Someone's gonna be jumping. Or for example, if someone jumped off the roof.
でも、あそこからじゃこのプールまでは届かないよね。
There is concrete directly under the
あ
lip
そ
of the
こ
roof.
の植木あたりに落ちて骨折するのが関の山かな。
There is concrete directly under the lip of the roof, though. If someone fell and landed on the sidewalk, they'd probably get blood everywhere. Oh yeah, her sensei does jump off as well. I shouldn't be wasting time like this.
なんかすごいネガティブになってる。
Of course I was negative after what happened yesterday. But I can't think like that.
本当に油性のペンキとかじゃなくてよかったよ。
I tried to force a smile. I just had to count my blessings. Keep my spirits up. Keep on keeping on, I guess. Sorry, I just got out of Death Stranding 2. I got out. I kind of still want to finish the roads there. Anyway, as I unreeled the heavy cleaning hose, I started to feel a little better. I connected the one end of the reel to the water supply and pulled the other out to the pool.
朝からいい運動になってよかったよね。
I was having trouble turning the heavy metal knob when
ここを指定するとはよくわかってるじゃねえか。今朝が待ちきれなくてろくに寝られなかったぜ。
shit. Here we go. When I looked up, I saw a bunch of men standing there. The ones from last night. Why are they here?
おはよう、高島ザクロ。なんつうか気持ちのいい朝だな。
おはようございます。
These are the men who had Kimika surrounded. They were thugs that Akasaka-san knew. I like how she kind of acts like she doesn't recognize them other than the one that she doesn't recognize them from the school as school delinquents, but rather as some random ass thugs from yesterday. So she's acting like she never saw them in her entire life. Maybe that is the case.
何これ、すげえ汚れてるじゃん。なんで掃除させられてるの？
What are they talking about? You're the other witnesses Senagawa Sensei mentioned, so they know damn well.
何か用ですか？
高島の水着姿。
おいおい西村、そういう女の子が弾くこと言っちゃダメだろ。
Bruh, considering how this guy dies.
そうそう、女の子は優しくだよ。基本優しく。何
Wait, something I had like I wanted to double check something about the characters. Something I just remembered about the side characters. Oh, okay. Okay. The reason I did that thing is I was wondering who I kind of forgot who Yokohama is, and because the Yokohama siblings are still in Tsubahiri, but like they're not as major. They're not important enough that I see them here as compared to Suinasara.
君かは昨日君かはどうしたんですか？
君か。ああ、暴力女か。
昨べ何度か電話したけど繋がらなくて、それで。
ほら見てよ、この傷。ひどいんだぜあいつ。
俺も何度も殺されそうになった。
I'm pretty sure she was literally out to kill you, like literally.
じゃ、君かは？
さあねえ、俺たち優しいからさ。
大丈夫じゃねえのって。
そんなことよりさ、高島ってさ、マジで胸でかいよね。
When they all looked right at my chest, I moved both my hands to cover it.
だからさ、思ってること口に出しすぎよ。君のせいで優等生の高島さんが怯えてるじゃないか。そうそう、基本女子には優しくだぜ。
They grinned and started walking toward me. I backed up.
なんか怖がってる？心外だな。俺たち優しいのにさ。君もさ、一服どう？タバコあげるよ。いえ、
遠慮しておきます。
そう？美味しいよ、ヤニは。
He smiled and produced a small box of cigarettes, then returned them to his pocket when I refused them.
しかし高島も災難だな。朝っぱらからプール掃除とはよ。タバコはさすがにあれだからよ。仮にこれ飲んで頑張りなよ。
Jirayama pulled a package of pills from his pocket.
何ですかそれ？
これ元気になる薬だよ。すごく元気になるんだぜ。
そんな薬いりません。
あ、何？危険な薬だと思ってるの？大丈夫だよ。ちゃんとお医者さんで処方される薬だからさ。
Right. It's obvious what it is. Even if they were, let's say, legitimate, it wasn't prescribed to her, so no way. It certainly did look like the packaging he would get if he had it prescribed. Why is he laughing? It's scary.
そんなに警戒しなくていいだろう。おい、聞いてるのかよ。
He does it in the most aggressive manner.
なんだよ。俺らの行為を受け取れねえっての？それってどういう意味かな？ねえ。
His voice made it
何それ？
His voice made it clear he was getting frustrated. He was still smiling, but the tenseness in his body made me feel like he was about to hit me.
いえ、そうではなくて。
そんじゃ飲めよ。本当に元気になれるからさ。ほら、食いっていけ。
They were wrapped individually. I've taken pills wrapped like this before. So, it must have been prescribed by someone's doctor. It couldn't be a really bad illicit illegal drug like before. I just had an awful experience with drugs yesterday though. Akasaka-san lied to me, saying it would make my skin look better. Actually, I don't remember the part about the skin looking better. Anyway, whatever that was, it made me feel like an entirely different person. Like I was excited all the time, even if it did look like real medicine. It was still scary. There was no way that was anything good. But at the same time, I didn't know if I could run away. It would catch me in a second. Maybe over there. I could see the manhole out of the corner of my eye. I couldn't outrun them for long, but if I could get in there, maybe I could get away. I don't think so, man. You couldn't even open the manhole by yourself. Yeah, just calm down. Calm down. You know what? You're better off. Wait, no. This is the old pool area, so this is kind of an isolated area in the school. Because I was thinking it would be probably even better to just try to scream so someone could try to investigate the area. But then again, this is a bit more... well, I think trying to scream is a better thing to do than trying to scream and run away is better than trying to go to the manhole. Especially there was already evidence that she couldn't even, because then there was another scene she tried to open it but she couldn't even open it because it was too heavy for her. I think this run and scream is a better chance of them going alerting someone than, like, you know what, I don't know, man. It's a better shot than the shot in the dark than doing the manhole. Anyway, whatever. If I just act calm, I should be fine. We'll be fine.
ですね。とにかくこの赤インクを早く流さないといけないんですよ。そうしないとまた先生に呼び出されて怒られてしまいますから。
that's an interesting attempt to persuade them that someone might come looking for her.
お願いですから、水を流す間だけ少し待ってくださいませんか。それはもうすぐに、あっという間にテキパキと済ませますから。
No, she was only thinking of some way to create a distraction.
それに今のままでも十分元気ですから、疲労回復ならお掃除が終わった後でもいいと思うのです。ですよね。
I spoke all those words in one breath, then stood and waited for their reaction.
まあ掃除が長引いて先行に様子を見に来られるとまずいし。
Yeah, that's the argument I was looking for. That's the more effective than trying to create a distraction. Trying to create a distraction by saying, trying to stall for time by saying, well, okay, she's doing two things at the same time, but like, I think this is a stronger argument just to get him away.
人目につくって良くないよね。
仕方ねえな。きっちり3分で済ませろや。
わかりました。
As I turned the knob in the hose, they started pulling cigarettes out of their pockets. Then they turned away from me while they smoked, which is their opportunity to run, by the way. I ran, stretching the hose out as far as I could. Oh, she's gonna try to hit them with the hose water. Then I framed like I remembered something I had to do. Drop the hose and drop the hose. They were still smoking, so they didn't notice that I had to run away. Well, okay, it kind of makes sense that they're maybe the three guys will run faster than her, so even if she tries to run away, she wouldn't she would be caught. And so okay, I can see why she thought the idea of the manhole cover is a good escape, but I think it's anyway, let's see, maybe she'll be able to lift it up this time. The manhole that led underground. It was pretty hard to open it by myself, but there was no way I could get away. I pulled as hard as I could to pry open the manhole cover. Okay, she was able to do it. Okay, fine. Once I was inside, I clenched my teeth and pushed to pull the cover back into place. I was in complete darkness as I clung to the ladder.
Huh? Boy, Takashimaがいねえぞ。
え、嘘？マジ？
おいおい、いつの間に隠れたんだよ。でもあいつって水着だろ。そのままじゃ校舎へ戻れねえんじゃないのかよ。
Okay, I can see why they made Takachi steal her uniform.
くせえ、とりあえず探すぞ。飛び込み台の裏からフェンスの影まで全部だ。
I heard their angry voices from above, traveling straight through the steel lid and piercing into my ears.
おー、高島！
バカ、でかい声出すんじゃねえよ。先行が来るだろ。
だってよ、初めてコンドームも買ってきたのに。
あんな、お前が欲望をむき出しにするから警戒されたんだぞ。だいたいコンドームなんていらないじゃん。中出ししちゃえばいいし。
コンドームってリングだよね。だったらあの人たちの目的って。
Now that I think of it, Akasaka-san did say something like that when Kimiko was fighting back. So they were definitely trying to.
冗談じゃない。
Yesterday was so awful. I can't let that happen again.
そっちはどうだ。
By the way, if you know you have straight up shit like this happening, what's the reason why she couldn't move away? I mean, change schools or some shit. Well, we already have an idea that. Okay, you know what? There's a weird thing. There's an idea that I got that her home life is a little distant because when she gets home, it was silent, etc., etc. The way I interpret it is either her parents are workaholics or whatever, or fucking things aren't so well at home. Okay, maybe it's the bullshit about like I don't want to cause trouble for others, but you know, at this point, man, if you know there's some dudes who are out to to fucking rape you, man. I don't know, man. There might be some shit that there must be some cultural shit that or some reason she couldn't think of telling her parents at this point, man. Like, yeah, man. Like, of course, some kids just want to take care of things by themselves. But holy shit, man, you straight up know the three guys are out to break you when you get home.
いないね。煙みたいに消えちゃったよ。
I mean, okay, actually, the mere fact that she, you know, there was already a previous incident where she, quote unquote, had an accident. I mean, she could have told someone from her family that the reason why she had that quote unquote accident was because she was getting bullied. No, I think that was the case, but like, they just let her continue going to the same school that caused that shit. Her parents are practically non-existent, as is in any visual novel for some reason. I don't know, man. Give up and leave, please. The steel rungs were biting into my skin, and my arms were shaking from fatigue. I mean, you could just go down, right?
やっぱいねえよ。
嘘、マジでありえない展開なんですけど。
てか、どうなってんだ。あんなどんくさそうな女に逃げられちまうなんて。
Please, just leave. I can't hold on any longer.
まあ、いいや。とりあえず他行くぞ。このまま探して先行が来たら、今度は俺らがプールの掃除をさせられちまうかもしれない。
うわ、それは勘弁願いたいね。
え、もしかして諦めるの？
まあ、そんながっかりすんなって。だいたいメグは嘘つくやつじゃねえから安心しろよ。
That's supposed to mean. Why didn't she just go down and wait there and then go back up? Well, yeah, whatever is that. I had to press my back against the manhole and push with my leg to dislodge the cover for a second time. But I finally managed to get back out.
よかった。助かった。
I was so relieved that I just laid.
本当に。
I was so relieved that I just laid on the cold concrete for a moment. The beads of cold sweat running down my cheeks and between my thighs felt really good. I didn't need to know the part about between my thighs, but they need to keep the core audience, the attention of the core audience.
危なかったけど、間宮君のおかげで助かった。
Okay. If not for that manhole, I wouldn't have been able to escape.
ホームルームが始まる音だ。
But Senagawa-sensei said I didn't have to go to the homeroom.
掃除終わらせなきゃ。
Bruh. Jesus Christ, man. You straight up know. There's at least 3 dudes in your fucking school who are out to fucking rape you, man. Jesus Christ. You're gonna continue cleaning the fucking pool. At this point, you might as well just go home or some shit. Because holy fuck, the school is not a place you want to stay at this point. I quickly turned the knob and directed the water at the ink in the bottom of the pool. Just like she said, the water-soluble ink washed away easily when I sprayed it.
早く着替えて授業に出なきゃ。あれ？あれれ？
When I went back to the locker room and started changing,
下着がない。
I didn't have any underwear to put on at all.
なんでこんなことに。
Who would do that? Akasaka-san and Kitami-san? Or maybe those thugs from before.
なんでこんなことを。
It's pretty obvious. Well, fine. I still have my PE uniform in my locker. I could just wear the buruma bottoms instead of panties.
ロッカーまではノーパンになるけど。
Not that far from here. That should be no problem, right? I felt uncomfortable and breezy without any panties. As long as my skirt didn't get flipped up, no one would see.
嘘。なんで？どうして？
I was just starting to feel like things were going to work out, but then this.
なんで体操着が上下ともないの？私が持ってくるのを忘れてた？
After I used your brain for a little, someone already stole your clothes, so most likely, you know what, never mind. No way, it should definitely be here. But no matter where I looked in that cramped locker, I couldn't find either part of my PE uniform. That's strange, I usually have an extra even.
どうしよう。これじゃパンツ履かずに授業を受けなくちゃいけないことになる。
Man. This hurts my brain reading this. In two ways. One is, man, Zachar is going through shit. Two, you know, the reason Zachar went through this shit is because part of it is like she doesn't. Well, the story did establish that she's not exactly either Minakami Yuki's level of intellect. Anyway, I didn't have any time to go back and put my even half of like Yuki's intellect was enough to just, you know, just don't go back to fucking class at this point. It's hurting my brain. I didn't have any time to go back and put my swimsuit on underneath either. And there's something else that was really strange. I had a sewing kit in my locker before. I should keep a portable sewing kit around just in case, but I couldn't see it anywhere. I hate to think what someone would do with my PE uniform, but it's just bizarre that someone would steal a sewing kit.
あまり深く考えるのよそう。
It's not like worrying about it was going to make it any better. My spirits were low, so I trudged back to the changing room. When I grabbed the swimsuit I had left behind,
授業が始まっちゃ
I had to run to class. I held my skirt down as I ran.
行く川の流れは絶えずして、しかも元の水にあらず。よどみに浮かぶ歌方は。
Wait a second. She still has her uniform, right? Only her panties and part of her PE uniform is gone. She's still wearing. When I grabbed the swimsuit, I had left behind. I mean, she could wear her swimsuit underneath her uniform. It's better than going commando. Even as the teacher read a famous section from Hojuki, I had to endure the unpleasant sensation of my privates resting on bare wood. I mean, she really could have just worn her swimsuit. I wasn't given an impression that her swimsuit got wet from her trying to clean the pool, so she could wear it underneath so she wouldn't go commando. At first it was cold, but it slowly warmed up from my body heat. It stopped feeling so unpleasant after that, but it's kind of embarrassing to admit that I got used to it.
お前らでもこの学校へ入学できたわけだから、これが誰の作品かは言うまでもないな。そこのお前。
確か手塚治虫。
お前ギャグで言ってるのか？作品名は北条記で、作者は鴨の長明。鎌倉時代に書かれた随筆の名作で世の無常を歌った自伝的人生論だ。
At first I was nervous, but the class was perfectly normal. It was so boring for a while. I forgot I wasn't wearing any underwear. It's not like anyone can see when I'm sitting normally. But if you use your brain a little, whoever stole your underwear, they know. And they are obviously out for you, man. Jesus Christ. Zagar's not exactly the brightest bulb. I mean, I guess she's bullied and being in constant stress and despair kind of limits her ability to think, but like, holy fuck. This must be another one of Akasaka-san's pranks. Okay, if you're capable of thinking about this, you know the danger is still there. The danger. There is the danger. There is the fucking danger in being in this classroom right now. I wanted to figure out for sure who did this, but at the same time, I didn't want to go near either of them after what happened last night, which is the good option, which is what you should do. But you went to school anyway. Bro, if someone straight up drug you, man. Holy fuck. I'm really scared of them. I felt a cold sensation on my leg, and then I heard an unpleasant sound from below. I heard someone giggling when I started to turn. Kojima. Kojima-san. Fucking Kojima. Sorry, I know Kojima's not like the... Like, I know Kojima's a little bit more common, is a common last name. Especially there is literally a place in Japan that's Kojima. But then, because of God, I'm best ranting. Kojima-san. Kojima-san, another quiet girl in my class, though not as quiet as me, sits behind me. When I turned my head, I noticed Kojima-san sitting in a different seat than usual. Bravo, Kojima. Sorry. Oh, man. So then the person behind me cutting my skirt with scissors was... I suddenly remembered that the seat Kojima-san was sitting in was Akasaka-san's seat. I heard her muffled giggles as the strange cold sensation made its way up my leg. She was cutting my skirt with scissors and then pulling the two sides apart so people could see. I can't believe someone would do that. I guess I ended up making them mad last night. I did everything they asked, so why are they doing this? Bruh, if the mere fact that someone in class can bully someone like this and get away with this shit, their school is straight up shit, man. For some, considering the teacher was like, never mind, man. You know what? Fuck it. I'll be right back. I'll pause the recording. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna try to stop commenting too much about what Sakura could have done. I might be missing some really important context why she acts like this. I mean, it's never mind. It's only frustrating my head, man. My most intrusive thought right now is just, you know how there was that shit about the subway slammer, and that shit happens in real life, and subway slammers actually get away with it. It's like that shit for me right now. Like, in a... okay, so I also live in a city where there is an actual subway slammer. I don't live in Japan, by the way. In another major city where there is a subway slammer. And... yeah. You know what, fuck it. You know what, fuck it. I'm not gonna think too much about why Sakura's not doing certain things. You know what, fuck it. I just want to comment more on other stuff. It hurts my brain thinking about what Sakura's doing. But I can't tell her to stop. And I can't yell out either. Why not? Because you're more concerned about, like, people will think that you're an exhibitionist or some shit. When it's obvious that someone cut your skirt, you know? Sure, someone would see... Never mind. I have to stop. If I make a scene, I'll look like the pervert. And I don't know what they'll do to me later if I fight back. Yeah, okay, yeah, I get this one's a valid concern. You know what, I should stop. Valid concern, but like... I guess she really does have no one to run to. Or she really does feel like, okay, you know what? I don't know what it feels like to be bullied. That you feel like you have no one else you can run to. It's just that so far the story... It's just that so far the story well, I should take this as a given. Because so far the story, because we know what happens later on that explain the whole thing that happens in rooftop C or B or whatever, where her bullies got caught bullying because of her jumping off of the building due to the quote-unquote accident, and then the mere fact that she's still attending the school means even the situation at her house is so shit that they don't care enough to, you know, if you were a parent and you know your kid is being bullied to this extent, I mean, sure, a little obviously I don't like fucking hear, if I had a kid, I don't want to hear them being bullied, but at some there's a certain point where I believe that they should be able to learn how to fend for themselves. But if you hear your kid fell off from a fucking building and barely survived and was stuck in the hospital for a month, man, I'd fucking transfer them out of the fucking school, man. In fact, that was more than enough reason to not even... The school would have been in shambles already at that point, man. No, not the shambles part, because I did go to like a high school where similar levels of incidents happen and the school is still standing and people still think it's prestigious despite the bullshit stuff that happened in the school. But holy fuck, if I was a parent, there's no way Zakuro would continue. I let my kid, my Zakuro, continue going to the school at this point, man. But she still goes to the school, so you know she's fucked no matter what. I better stop. Man. Let's continue. We're not moving the story. Each time I have a gripe and rant, it just hurts my brain. Okay, I really am frustrated about Zakuro's situation. There's so many things that could have gone better. Not just like her situation, but also maybe my sense of disbelief got broken so hard. I don't know. Kojima-san should go back to her normalcy in the next class. I just have to endure it until then. I know that fighting back will just make it worse. That's what my past experiences with her have taught me. I understand this part. Holy fuck, man. Never mind. So I just let Akasaka-san do what she wanted and tried to minimize the damage. Then after class, I could go to my locker and get my sewing kit. They stole my sewing kit ahead of time so they could embarrass me like this. Chill out. Like she could tell exactly what I was thinking. She's ridiculing me. When the first period ended, I rotated my skirt 120 degrees, so the cut was over my left thigh. That's not exactly the smartest move, because she could still cut it, man. I used my left hand to hold the cut closed, so people around me couldn't see. I wish I had a safety pin or hairpin today. I had no luck at all. Then that bitch! Akasaka-san went back to her seat, where Kojima-san had been sitting before. I was so frustrated and depressed that I couldn't pay attention to class. And the reason they stole my PE uniform was I couldn't change out of this. These people are the worst. I felt my skirt being pulled again, and the same rootless sounds of scissors reached my ear. Stop. Please, just stop. I looked at Akasaka-san, who I thought must have been doing it again. Then I saw Kojima-san sitting in yet another seat that wasn't hers. I was struck speechless. It was Kitami-san's seat. Instead of going back to Akasaka-san's seat, she went to Kitami-san's seat instead. Then...
よし、いい出来だ。まるで出来損ないのチャイナドレス。
I turned my skirt again, so that both slits were covered by my ties, and my crotch was still covered. Then I held both of the cuts closed, and I put my head down on my desk. I don't even know what class this is anymore. I don't really care. Anyway, once we get to lunch, I can hide the cuts and go to the teacher's lounge. I should be able to borrow a sewing kit or something to fix my clothes. Bruh, you're already going to the teacher's lounge and you... Yeah, obviously she'll get retaliation for reporting. I get that. But like... I don't know, man. They probably won't ask what happened. They're all convinced there's no bullying in this school. Okay, yeah, okay, fine, okay, the school... She already has an idea the school is fucking useless. She already has an idea. I mean, considering she already fell from the roof and the shit's still happening right now, and Senagawa-sensei doesn't want to dig her own grave. The scissors start cutting again. There was no way I could turn my skirt without the cuts showing. Okay, there was also... Well, okay, this is also the route where she doesn't fight for herself, so she believes that she has no power to change her situation. Of course. This is the route where she believes she's fucked no matter what she does, and it's better off putting herself in a... She's better off just trying to stay low. Okay, yeah.
それでは高島さん、174ページの3行目から訳して。高島さん、ちゃんと聞いてますか？
はい。174ページの3行目ですね。
The teacher suddenly called on me. I wasn't ready for it at all, so it was like I had just had a bucket of cold water dumped on me.
サムは沼地へ行こうとする客人たちを呼び止めて。
高島さん、ちゃんと立って訳してください。
If I stood up, everyone looked at me. There was no way my skirt would protect my modesty.
どうしました？立って話せない理由でもあるのですか？
He raised his voice and gave me a harsh look. There's nothing I can do. I have to stand up. Man, I'm not gonna comment on this one.
続けます。サムは沼地へ行こうとする客人たちを呼び止めて、お客様方、あそこには獰猛で大きなワニがおります。悪いことは申しません。興味本位で近づくべきではありませんよと親切に注意したのですが、都会育ちで野生の恐ろしさを知らぬ客人たちは。
Give me a second. I wonder if this is useful to our story, or this is just some word soup, word salad, just in between. And someone's saying, I'm trying to stop the visitors who were going to the swamp. Oh, okay. Might be a reference to the later shit that happens to, Takaji's meltdown.
ねえ、ちょっとあれ。
おいおい、マジかよ。
どういう趣味？常識を疑うわ。
Just as I had expected, everyone started whispering to each other the second I stood up. I felt like crying, but I couldn't cry now, not here. I continued translating, holding back my tears. Okay, fine. I get why why she's now willing to go be willing to stand up and all. It's also part of like it's retaliation if she just told the teacher right then and there, there's something wrong with my skirt, I can't stand up right now. It would be taken, of course it would be investigated or some shit. So her suffering humiliation is better off because so she wouldn't get any retaliation from her bullies, which is not guaranteed anyway, because they could still bully the fuck out of you once you get out of school. I mean, even if you opt to get humiliated, you know, so.
サムを見下して笑いました。俺たちは銃を持っている。この世界に怖いものなどあるものかと。
Okay, interesting setup lines.
愚かな人々よ。そんなピストルが役に立つのはせいぜいミズルのガチョウくらいでしょうに。
はい、そこまで。よくできましたね。ダックとグースを混同しなかったのはさすがです。
I glanced back into my seat, burying my face in my notes, trying not to listen to all the whisper around me.
さあ、もう少し長く訳させろよ。
So they all saw. They must have thought that I cut these slits into my skirt myself. Oh, who would do something dumb like that?
ちょっとみんな、ざわざわとうるさいですよ。
I guess the teacher couldn't see. I can be happy about that at least. It's still way too breezy. I can't wait for lunch. I'll hold down my skirt and run to the teacher's lounge once this period is over. That's my only choice.
それでは今日はここまで。
That was quick. I quickly got out and left. I was worried about where the boys were looking, but all I could do was hold down my skirt.
ちょっと待てよ。
When I got out into the hallway, someone grabbed my hand from behind and stopped me. Akasaka-san and Kitami-san were standing there smiling. Damn it. They already planned the whole thing. They knew I would run. They chased me the second they saw me get up.
さ、高島、昨日は本当にごめんな。あれやりすぎたなって思っててさ。
Today? Not today? Just about today? How about yesterday, man?
どういうこと？とりあえず教室に戻ろうよ。いや。おい、あのビデオ、あんたの顔映ってんだからな。ネットで流したらどうなるか分かってるな。
Ah, fuck. Oh yeah, this bullshit, man. Yeah, she was already fucked the moment she got recorded being naked. Yeah. It doesn't even matter what the reason is. You know how, as long as it's uploaded in the internet, it doesn't even matter whether the reason for it is fucking, you know. She was already fucked more or less.
悪いようにしないからさ。とりあえずこっち来いよ。なんかさ、高島ってクラシックバレエ習ってたじゃない？
By the way, I was gonna ask something about ballet. Maybe I had the wrong perception. I always felt like ballet is something that someone in a fancy household would be taking, but I just realized that's incorrect. I don't know, man. I wanted to remark about her household situation, but then again, I just remembered ballet is not necessarily a rich person's thing. Rich person? Well, I don't know, man.
はい。
I reluctantly answered her question. I'm like a frog cornered by a snake.
メグがさ、ダンスやってるんだけど、わからないことがあるって。そうなんだよ。ダンスの基本は DVD でマスターしたんだけどさ。やっぱ私も伝統的な技術を見直すべき時が来たと思ったんだ。はあ。そこでクラシックバレエ経験者である高島の出番ですよ。え？クラシックバレエといえば白鳥のように華麗なスピンでしょ。なんていうかこうくるりっとね。ああ、はいはい、あれは美しいよね。
If I did a spin with a standard skirt, everyone would obviously be able to see. That's why they were so eager to have me demonstrate.
いいよね、高島。そんなことできません。何言ってるの？友達だろ、私ら。
How are we friends? These people are scum.
はあ。んじゃああのビデオネットで流してもいいんだね。ここで恥ずかしい思いをしても一緒じゃないけど、ネットで広がった映像は永遠に消えないって話だぜ。 何その反抗的な態度。別に私らはネットで流してもいいんだよ。
それは
めんどくさいから流したら、写メなら簡単にあげられるだろ。いいね。出会い系とかに貼るか。
ごめんなさい。やります。
そう、別に私ら無理強いとかしたくないし、あんたがやりたくないなら別にいいけど。
They're the worst. But I didn't have the will to fight back anymore.
いいえ。やりたいんです。
そう、まあ高島がそこまで言うなら仕方がないかな。ね。ちょっと待ってね。すぐ場所を開けるからさ。よいしょ。よいしょ。
They had me trapped, and I still couldn't get to the teacher's lounge. It was lunchtime, and Kitami-san started moving desks to make space for me to dance. All the students around me knew what happened to my skirt. People laughing, people averting their eyes. It looked like most of the boys in our class were interested, but I guess they didn't want to be associated with bullying. They just stood to the side and watched it unfold.
主にターンの技を見せてよね。くるくる回るやつだよ。
Bruh, their class scene show is so fucking useless, whoever she is, he or she is.
はい。わかっています。
これでいいかな、高島。
はい。
Or maybe
十分だと思います。
they are in it. On it, I mean.
おいおい、なんか乗り気じゃねえな。私らが無理強いさせてるみたいで気分悪いぞ。
Or someone equally bullied. I don't know, man.
いいえ。そうではありません。
んじゃあ自分でやりたくて踊るってみんなに言えよ。
The worst. She's the absolute worst.
自分でやりたくてやります。
なんだよ、そんなんじゃ聞こえねえよ。ちゃんと言えよ。高島ザクロはこれからバレエを踊ります。皆さんしっかり見てくださいって。
Endless despair. That's all I can say. The bullying last time was awful, but it wasn't like this. That video is the reason. If I had completely refused that video, it would have just bullied me with violence and rejection, like before. I would have preferred that, rather than having it end up like this. But now that they had that video, there was nothing I could do. I inhaled deeply and desperately.
高島ザクロはこれからバレエを踊ります。皆さんしっかり見てください。
The classroom was utterly silent. Everyone was completely focused on me. No one came to save me. Oh, that's right. What happened to Kimika? She didn't get hurt since I cooperated, right? But if she didn't get hurt, then why didn't she come to school today? The answer is simple. Everything's useless. Yeah, this can't be helped. You know what? I resign. This is more coming from her. The shifting blame at this point. All my suffering is just a game, something to amuse them. I give up. I'm a worm.
それじゃあ高島、一つ警戒に頼むわ。
はい。それでは基本的なターンを。
I pretended I was alone in the world of white, as it took position to do. I don't know how to pronounce it. Eldors. Sorry, I can't pronounce shit. There are lots of movements in ballet, and each one has its own specific name, but I've forgotten all that trivia, and they probably don't care to hear it anyway. I moved my other leg like an axle, then opened my arms wide and held my balance. Finally, I curved my leg.
でしょうか。
Man, it's gonna go to the cutting board.
いいや、回り続けてくんないとわかんないよ。
I started crying. I just wanted to run away, but I couldn't even do that. I had to do what they said. I had no courage left. That's why it ended up like this. If I had a bit of courage, just a little bit of courage.
早くしろよ。
You know what? At some point, maybe I should also, you know what? I should have also did the other route, or maybe I should have just did that route and not have to go through this. Oh man, this is what it means to celebrate parts of Subaimi. I mean, I don't celebrate its bullying and all, but its ability to make you experience this shit, man. Fuck. Anyway.
これで参考になったんですか？
ああ、もうバッチリ。ありがとな、高島。やっぱ本物はすげえな。マジで尊敬するぜ。
そうですか。それは良かったです。
Once the humiliating dance was over, I took cellophane tape out of my desk and taped my skirt. Then I left and hid in a stall in the bathroom. I wanted to hide until school was over, but I was afraid that would just make Akasaka-san and Kitami-san mad. You know what? If there was a good excuse to become a hikikomori at this point, this would have been it. Honestly, man, like fuck. I mean, in some, you know, since I'm and this season I'm watching season 2 of Station Buteyaro, like one of the characters there became a hikikomori just because she got bullied from a group chat or internet, and that was enough. This one here, she's straight up getting the worst. She went through way worse shit, man. I would have become a hikikomori actually, right then and there when I don't even think I'll even get to the point that if I was Sakura, I wouldn't even get to the point where I'll fucking you know, the jumping, you know, falling down from a fucking building was already enough, man. That was enough. I don't even need to get to the point where they fucking trick me to go to fucking I don't know, man. I don't know, man. By the way, this is one of the good things Tsubihime is good at. I know some people hate Tsubihime because of all of the bullying and shit, but like, holy fuck. I believe that the bullying is essential for the story. I mean, it's never a pleasant experience, but this is one thing this visual novel is good at. You go. It's a bullying simulator. It's a real bullying simulator. I mean, you could go through this and be desensitized or whatever the fuck. I mean, some people go through this and guess they block it out of their head, you know. And you know what? Fuck this, man. Let's continue. Maybe I just don't care what they do to me anymore. Man, I can't believe I read this years ago, and then I keep reposting this shit about Zui. No, I think it's a good read. Not in that I it's a good read in the sense that not just like, you know, the fucking not just like the fuck I don't obviously I don't enjoy the bullying and all the fuck that whatever the fuck Zachary is going through. No way, man. But like to get to her shoes, you know, you know, get on her shoes, based and a story that's based on actual bullying that happened from some interviews that Skaji did, you know, or maybe some a personal experience or someone he knows. I don't know. Fuck. This whole thing is so fucked. you know, uh, you know, life. You know, when consuming media like this, I disagree that works like these should be sent. They should be censored or disappear. They serve a purpose and role. You won't like it, and if you don't like it because it's intended by the author, that's some good shit there. That means that's some good shit because you know it's obvious that you know how this all ends, but it's not enough that you just learn why the reasons are, but also I feel like having to feel it to some extent. It's adds the fucking peak. You don't like it, you won't like it, and that's the fucking point, man. But there's so many cowards. So many cowards. They're just willing to dismiss the whole work because. I mean, of course, you don't like it. Of course, someone won't like it. You know, the moment you see something like bullying and shit like that, and be so dismissive with like this fucking story, man. Holy fuck, man. Anyway, I don't know why I'm ranting that thing right now, but this whole we haven't even gotten into the worst part of this fucking route yet, man. This is just fucking ramp up, man. This whole thing gets worse. This whole thing gets worse, man. Anyway, when I dragged myself back into the classroom, everyone started giggling as if on cue. What? I expected some of them to react, since they just saw that spectacle, but I didn't expect them to react like this. Probably someone took a video of her doing that? I couldn't tell what they were thinking. They just looked at me, then at the blackboard, and then back at me. Ah! When I looked at the blackboard, I instantly understood. I jumped and grabbed the white cloth on top of the blackboard. Then I shoved the white scrap, my panties, into my pocket and grabbed the eraser. On the blackboard, in big letters. Buy my panties, they're still warm. That's what it said. I endured the ridicule as I marched back to my seat, my head down so I didn't have to look anyone in the eye. And then I completely fed up with it. If you want to look, then go ahead and look. I put my panties back on. Why, what's this? Would someone actually do that? My thoughts were calm, but I couldn't believe that a human could be so cruel. What a roundabout, annoying, perverse way of bullying someone. The crotch of my panties have been cut out with scissors. What happened to my mouth?
死ね。クソ虫だもん。
Wait, something weird happened with my audio. I'll be right back. My audio back? Oh shit. Subahibi's audio disappeared. Okay, I'll pause and try to reload the scene. Okay, never mind. I thought the VN shit. That's all.
よーし授業を始める。あ、何笑ってるんだ。
When the familiar feeling of compression on my lower body returned, a middle-aged teacher came into the classroom and heard the girls laughing.
なんだ、どうしたんだ。先生の顔に何かついているのか。
何でもありません。授業を始めてください。時間がもったいないから早く授業をお願いします。
何？お前らがそんなこと言うなんて。今日は祝日だったのか？それなら家に帰らなくちゃならんが、みんな来てるもんな。
先生、それつまんない。
ああ、それではお望みの授業を始めよう。教科書の85ページを。
What are they? What is this place? What is that man standing and laughing? What are all these people who are sitting and laughing at me? What are all these people who are sitting and laughing at me? Where am I? The people in this classroom can't be human. That's one thing I'm sure of. I ground my... Oh, here we go. The Mami Attack BGM. Holy shit. I ground my beat and watched students file out of the classroom. They all left in an instant. Those cookie booty. By the way, when I first learned the Japanese word for cockroach, I learned it from HBO. Another bullying simulator. A bullying simulator, but it filtered a lot of people because only the first part was bullying. And then the rest was slice of life. They were like, this isn't the type of shit I experienced with Tsubahime. This isn't the torture porn I wanted. When did it stop being torture porn? I want to be fucking... I don't want her to be happy. Some people really got filtered by HBO, man. What more would fucking Sakura know about, man? They're gonna get fucking filtered when they realize, oh, nothing happens at all. Anyway, why couldn't they all just die? Shine, the long, difficult day was nearly over. Nothing good had happened since this morning. During afternoon classes, I just kept my head down and prayed for time to pass quickly. I planned out a different path I could use to walk home over and over in my head as well. The usual road home would be dangerous. I had to be careful. I don't run across any of them in the future either. In a way, the classroom is a safe zone.
誰もいなくなった。
I need to run home right now.
あれ、高島のスカート破けてるじゃん。
When I grabbed my bag and stood up, Kitami looked at me and framed surprise like she only just noticed.
こりゃひどいね。落ち着いて授業受けられなかったでしょ。ありゃりゃ、これはダメだわ。うわ、こりゃひどすぎる。かわいそうで見てられねえ。こんなの風が吹いたらすぐ剥がれちまうぞ。
Kitami approached me under the pretext and reached out to my skirt, which was barely being held together with tape.
さあさあ、脱いで脱いで。
I had breathed a sigh of relief, then let my guard down when school ended. And that was precisely when Kitami struck. She deftly unfastened the hook of my skirt.
ちょっと返して。
まあまあ、高島のスカートは私らで直してやるから。
そんな。
Then she circled around behind me and lifted me, forcibly removing my skirt.
うわ、なんてこった。パンツまで切れてるじゃん。あっちゃー、それは悲惨だわ。パンツも直してあげるから脱いで。
Kitami held me in place while Akasaka took my panties off.
こら、そんなに暴れんなよ。あと死ねとか言うなよ。友達だろ。
お前らなんか友達じゃない。
そう吠えるなよ。明日までに完璧に直してやるからさ、楽しみにしてろよ。
死ね死ね死ね、お前らなんて大嫌いだ、死んじゃえ。
I fought back with all my concern, all my power, but I couldn't do anything to Katami. I trashed and fought with them, cursing them the entire time, but they just laughed at my pitiful display. They enjoyed watching me squirm.
死ね死ね死ね死ね死ね死ね死ね死ね死ね死ね。
I yelled until my voice was hoarse. A great laughing shadow, massive ears, blackened paws, like beasts tearing their prey into pieces. My vitriol, the screams of the dying. To the beast, it was nothing more than a bit of light music to listen while they ate. Despair is the melody, lyrics torn from a crushed windpipe. A heart ripped into shreds and devoured. Two beasts laughed, jubilantly, their teeth tearing into the fruit.
それじゃあ高島、また明日な。
クソマジ死ね。
元気出せよ。じゃあな。
Man, I already know the bullies are so fucked up, but the mere fact that they say see you tomorrow means like they know she's coming back, even if they bully her to this extent, man. There wasn't anything left to cover my lower body, and there was nothing I could do about it.
そんなに気落ちすんなよ。私ら友達だろ。な。
I spaced out for a little bit into the classroom, but soon I realized how dangerous that was and ran to the bathroom holding my bag over my crotch.
最悪。
I went into one of the stalls, closed the door, fastened the lock, and then sat on the toilet and put my head on my hands. Then my tears broke the dam and brushed out. The only sound I could hear was my own sobbing. This is just hell. This place is hell. There's no salvation, just despair. I sat alone in the bathroom stall and wept. The sun had already long since set, and the teachers had probably gone home. I felt a little more at ease.
とりあえず帰ろう。
I went back to the deserted classroom and squinted to find the cleanest dust cloths I could. It's really pathetic, but I had no choice but to fashion a skirt out of rags and some tape.
本当ならカーテンの方がいいんだけど。
Even after all that, I didn't have the courage to pull down one of the curtains. No one would notice that these cloths went missing, but it would be obvious something was missing if I took one of these curtains. Bruh, it would be understandable, but she already lost the will to fight anymore, so... The rags were smelly and damp, but I couldn't afford to be picky given the situation. I tried to pick out the ones that didn't smell too bad. I found enough to at least cover myself.
最悪。
I put on the smelly improvised skirt and left the building.
人少なくてよかった。
By the way, they should choose a different route because I'm obviously they're waiting around. I was worried waiting a few hours. There was hardly a soul to be seen on the road home, which makes it worse, by the way. I just hope I don't cross paths with anyone on my way home. I mean, okay, the when it comes to the part where you would be seen, but like those fuckers, man, those fuckers. It would take me more than 10 minutes to walk home. It's not usually a long walk, but it felt like an eternity to me.
また外れた。
Tape isn't very good for holding fabric together. It didn't help that some of the cloths were damp. The only good thing I could say is that it was better than nothing. The rag skirt only held up until I got to the gate. Then it started to disintegrate as gravity pulled it down.
もうウエストについていることさえ無理。
I wouldn't even call it a skirt at this point.
前はカバンで隠して、後ろを雑巾の束で隠して。
I didn't feel upset about the situation anymore. I just hoped no one would see me and report me to the police. That's all I wished for. You know what? I was thinking about like, maybe it's better off she got caught. She could try to explain, but then again... It's also basically a commentary that their police is kind of like the teachers. That's how I interpret it. I'm already aware about the conviction rate thing about the police in Japan, but like the way I interpret this is like the police is no different from the fucking teachers in school who just want to get things out of their way.
あ、高島見つけた。
She probably also didn't take a different route today. Well, even if she did, fucking hell, man. All right, this is where the shit begins. What? You thought the shit didn't begin yet? No, the shit hasn't begun yet here. The second I thought things were going to be okay, someone yelled my name out from behind, making me cringe.
こんなところにいたんだね。あちこち探したんだぞ。
I was still only barely covering my front side with my bag as I turned around and saw the two of them walking toward me.
どうして？
何が？
何がじゃないわよ。どこまで私をいじめれば気が済むのよ。
え？何が？
何って。あんたたち。
おいおい、何勘違いしてるんだよ。約束したじゃん。
約束？
そう。高島のスカート破れてたの直してやるってさ。
あ。
Akasaka-san. Sorry, I got used to it with the sun. Akasaka held my skirt up in the air. The cut parts have all been sewed up.
約束だろ？直してやるってさ。
By the way, I'm surprised they actually did that. I know it's part of their fucking gag, but like, fucking hell, man, they actually did that. They still did that anyway. I'm not giving them like. They actually made an effort to do this. What the fuck? What am I thinking? I don't know, man. I'm trying to distract myself right now with all of the fucking bullshit that's happening in the story. I mean, not the story is bullshit, but it's just that Zachary's situation is so bullshit right now. Not that I hate this. I mean, you know what I mean. It's so shit.
治ったから教室に戻ったのにいなくなったからびっくりしたよ。
教室に戻った。
そうそう。今回はマジでやりすぎたかなって反省してるんだよ。まさかスカートなしで外出るとは思わなかった。マジごめん。いやそこまで追い詰められてたとは思わなくてさ。
返してください。そんな。
ああ、もちろん。
I snatched the skirt from her hand, threw away the rags and put on the skirt.
夏とはいえ、そんな格好で歩いたんだからお腹冷えたでしょ。ほら、この薬を飲めよ。
何？
何？じゃねえよ、飲めって言ってるんだよ。
I just fucking know.
えって。
The pill in Akasaka's hand was the exact same kind that they tried to make me take this morning.
ふざけるな！そんな手になるか！そんなバカげてていないのかバカ！ちっ。
もう回りくどいことやめない？なんだよ。この作詞赤坂様の作戦に文句か、さとこ。だって全然引っかかってないじゃん。おかしいな。ここで高島は泣いて感謝してこの薬を飲むはずなんだけどさ。いいよ、まあ。
Kitami grabbed me by the hair. When I tried to resist, she used her knee to deliver a painful blow between my legs.
なんだよ。最終的にはそれかよ。
Ugh. The shit will begin.
あんたたち。
うっせえな。それより早く車に。
分かってるよ。
車って。
He stuffed a rag in my mouth so I couldn't yell for help. I tried to yell for help as they dragged me off. There was a white van parked nearby. Typical, the white fucking van, man.
早くしろよ。
ほら、お姫様、お乗りくださいませ。
パーティー会場まで一直線だぜ。
The van door snapped shut. It smelled like gas inside. I struggled and trashed in the back of the van, but all I managed to do was bruise my arms and legs.
早くしろ。
ああ、とりあえず気絶させろ。
Bro, this is straight up kidnapping. Several men punched me repeatedly in the darkness. I guess they wanted to make me lose consciousness. I just wanted to escape the pain. It wouldn't have been so bad if I had just died right then and there. But I had to endure a lot of pain before I lost consciousness.
お前も中で出しちゃえよ。
すげえな。
Voices in the distance. How long have I been like this? My whole body's tingling. It feels good. My thoughts were running astray. The only thing I knew was that the exact same thing was being repeated over and over.
さあ、ザクロちゃん。今の君の中はどんな具合なのかな。
Hirayama traded places with Numida. Looking down on me and smiling as I grasped for breath. I faintly glanced down at my lower body. It was covered in blood. Oh, so that's what it was. My mind was blank.
高島の両手が遊んでるな。これでも握らせておこうか。
ほーら、ザクロちゃん。これがおちんちんですよ。
God is omnipotent. He knows everything. He knows everything. He's the one who made this happen. He probably did it because I'm just a cookie buddy. To him, I know better than a worm dying on the side of the road. I know better than a worm.
話したらそのまま沼田に。ああ、ちょっと今は。おお、これもいい。ああ、俺も出そう。もう我慢するの無理。
I had no soul. It was just a ugly pile of flesh lying there. That wasn't me. I wasn't the one lying there. The moment I woke. The moment time began to move, everything felt distant. Is it that way for everyone? Or just me? What was the first thing that came into sight when I woke? I always forget that. A drop of water fell in the distance. I hear the sound of a drop of water breaking somewhere in the distance. That which is broken imparts its moisture upon the earth. Only through breaking can it grant its blessing, because once broken, the blessing is able to soak into the earth. A hazy scene, a hazy texture, a hazy memory. Everything is hazy, but there's just one thing I do know. My spirit is unreasonably calm, but for no reason at all, I can calmly observe all phenomena. In this hazy world, the only thing that is clear is my unnaturally calm heart. I felt a slight chill as I opened my eyes. An unfamiliar feeling. This isn't my... Then, I showered. I didn't really care anymore. I just felt like taking a shower. The pungent smell in the back of my throat wouldn't go away, no matter how much water I gargled. The disgusting smell on my skin wouldn't disappear, no matter how much I scrubbed. When I left the building, I was in a familiar place.
杉宮のラブホテルだったんだ。
When I came back to this familiar place, it calmed me down. Every world returns to its daily routine. Those words flashed through my mind.
いつもの風景？
I mumbled that question as if I was asking an unseen companion. I felt something come up my throat. Then, a second later, I vomited right there on the sidewalk. My stomach suddenly spasmed, like it was being squeezed hard by something. I was in so much pain that I collapsed. But no matter how much how hard my stomach tried to push everything out, very little vomit actually came up. It was incredibly painful. My face was distorted with pain and covered in rolling tears. I heard someone's phone. Oh wait, that's mine. A text? Why? Couldn't everyone just leave me alone for now? It was just a message from that nasty guy. Fucking worm. Just leave me alone. Just... When I woke up, I checked my phone. Alright, there was one thing that I was still curious about. Though now I had realized how ridiculous the whole thing was.
何がいいことだ。何が変化だ。
I still had those messages in my text inbox.
さてと、彼女が言ういいことと大きな変化とやらを見てみますか。何がいいことだ。何が
Nope.
大きな変化だ。
There was nothing. I didn't experience any big change. Nothing good has happened. I'm just a worm. That's all I'll ever be. Even after going through all that, I'm still not dead, and I don't have the courage to go to the police. I can't even talk to my parents about it. I'm not gonna comment about that, but only thing I can say is she's already at a point where everything feels so hopeless that she couldn't even consider other options at this point. So understandable. From Usami. Subject. Thank you for your response. Thank you for your response. Now that I received your message, I can confirm it. You are certainly our ally. The Battle at Stone Tower. You say you don't remember these words, but that's not a problem. And the large change we predicted would happen to you is a change to your cognizance. The good thing is a person's dead. Soon one of your problems will disappear.
何これ。バカじゃないの。何これ。大きな変化は認識の変化。いいことは誰かの死。バカじゃない。何が誰かの死よ。
Just one death won't change anything. Maybe if all the men who raped me died, and if those two bitches died too.
ああ。そうか。一つの死って。私が死ぬのか。確かに。私が死ねば解決するしね。そうか。私死ぬんだ。だって何が変化だ。虫けらのくせに踏みつぶされるだけなくせに潰されろ。踏みつぶされろ。潰されろ、潰されろ、潰されろ。虫けらなんて踏みつぶしてコンクリートになすりつけられるだけでしょ。だってそうでしょ。だって好きな人と最初ぐらいは私だって最初ぐらい好きな人に優しくキスしてもらったりロマンチックな場所じゃなくていいよ。ただごく普通にさ、間宮君にさ、私それがいきなりだよ。ね、交換なんだよこのありさまは。スカートも下着も破られてさ、血だらけだよ。なんだよそれ。
少しぐらい夢見ただけでこれだよ。これって神様的にはどうなの？虫けらに与える恵みすらないの？虫けらは夢見るだけでも罪なの？わかります。だよね。私みたいなブスでバカが夢見るだけでもおこがましいよね。わかるよ、わかる。ムカついたんだよね。うざかったんだよね。私みたいなブスが笑わせるなよって言いたかったんだよね。神様。そうだよね。私みたいなブスにはレップがお似合いだ。レップされてればいいんだよね。そうか。少し生意気だったよね。今までみたいにただ毎日おどおど暮らしてればよかったんだよね。
You know what? One thing I'm curious about: why is the word raping censored when words like kill, murder, or some shit like that is not being censored? Is it? Well, never mind. And it is something that happened to her to describe her situation. That's something only nitpick. That's like, how else would you describe it other than being roundabout about saying she was defiled but outside her own consent? Anyway.
虫けらは虫けららしくさ。人間に怯えて暮らせばよかったんだよね。それが道理、それが真理、それが神様の御心。ふざけるな、ふざけないでよ。私人間でいたいよ。私死にたくなんてない。なんで？誰にも迷惑かけないからさ。もう恋なんてしないからさ。だからこれ以上ひどいことしないで。もう十分だよ。わかったよ。私が何なのか。だからもう許して。私死にたくなんてないんだよ。私人間。私人間。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。神様。目障りだから目立たないように。
何これ、壊れたごっこ？
うわ、まんまじゃん。
あ、ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。私何もしないから。
Bruh, she still went to school. I get it. She feels like not only her parents and society failed her. Going back to school. Never mind.
でもさ、まずくない？これ。何が？
いや、
この状態ってさ、まずいでしょ。
だから何がだよ。
昨日のってバレたら完全に犯罪だよね。
I mean, even before the act itself, being kidnapped like that in public is already a crime. Of course, it's a far worse crime that the thing they did, but
何が？私ら何もやってないじゃん。あれやったのって翼たちだし、それにどう見ても両者合意だったろ。あれはさ。
man, that's some quote there.
まあ確かに感じてたらしいけど、でも薬飲ましたのバレたらもっとまずいんじゃねえの？
Which can be tested, by the way.
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。私。
大丈夫だよ。ちゃんとこいつも学校来てるじゃん。
まあそうだけどさ、こいつは風邪でも学校来るだろう。親厳しいんじゃね？
Yeah, I really, you know what? I'm starting to be convinced their parents are fucking assholes themselves. I mean, if they couldn't even figure out, if they couldn't even find out that their child is suffering like this, not just that, you know, the earlier incident alone was enough to. Anyway, you know what? I'll just agree. Her parents are assholes.
ってことは風邪みたいなもんってことでしょ。親の判断的にはさ。親の判断を信じようよ。多分明日になれば徐々に回復するでしょ。あれだよ。人間の心って結構頑丈なんだよ。
Unfortunately, that latter statement is coming from their own experience, man. They experience it themselves. Okay, I'm spoiling. I mean, this is already a spoiler shit, but like they themselves, these two, experience that themselves, but they proliferated it, allowed it to happen, and
感情ね。
そうそう。私なんかもさ、すげえ鬱な時とかあって、もうズドーンと来ると動けないのよ。マジ死ぬしかないぐらいの勢いで。でもさ、数日耐えれば、頑張れば超えられるからさ。
クラブとか行ったりして遊べばいいんじゃね？
what friends? She doesn't have one.
そうだよ。私だって初体験とか全然わけわかんない男だったけど、こうやって生きてるじゃん。
ああ、そういえばメグってクラブでやられたんだよね。
そうそう。私なんか数人相手だよ。処女なのにさ。
もう何も望みませんから。
By the way,
何も。
by the way, my interpretation of that the reason why they had a dialogue about like my interpretation, they themselves are, the dialogue is that they themselves are victims, but it doesn't mean that you should. I mean, it's good to understand that why they feel that it's totally fine, because probably they themselves had to go through that situation and cope. Obviously, it's never fine, but like, and I don't want to interpret. I don't think it should be interpreted as a way to gain pity over them. But it's the irony about like they themselves went through that situation, but they were still accomplices to have that shit still proliferate. You know, that have that thing happen to someone else. You know. They're scum themselves, man. They're scum themselves, man. It already happened to them, and they proliferate that shit, man. Nothing. I won't ask for anything. Never again. Mamiya-kun.
私、ごめんなさい、神様。
Yeah, I had to cut a scene because, yeah, they went back to that scene, that CG showing after the act.
何？
私は
くせー、なんかお前臭くない？うわ
私
I like how
私
the weird ass representation it's like a backward transition.
私は神様です。神様は全知全能ですごいことになりました。君の疑問難問を答えてコペルニクス。
私も何も望みませんから。私
そうですか。何も望まないですか。
だから
ならまずあなたは息を吸うのをやめてしまいましょう。ペンハワー。
Wait, what? I like how here it's Mamiya. I like how it's represented here as Mamiya.
ならまずあなたは息を吸うのをやめてしまいましょう。ペンハワー。
Oppenhauer. They were obviously they he said something, but it's not translated here. And it's funny when you read it. It's Mamiya. I'm trying to figure out what he actually tries to say. I can't understand. It's obviously an English word, but like.
死にたくないです。死にたくないです。死にたくない。私望みませんから死にたくない。
I wonder if the one who's voice acting quote unquote Mamiya here is one of the staff from Keroki. I have a feeling.
どうしたの高島ザクロちゃん、そんな泣いてたらわからないことがあった。ロッタ宗教革命。
Wait, what? They deliberately lowered his volume, so I couldn't. It's harder for me to understand what he's trying to say.
どうしたの高島ザクロちゃん、そんな泣いてたらわからないことがあった。ロッタ宗教革命。30円になります。
私
30円払うと救われます。
救われる。
30円でスムーズに救われたい。30円で魂を売れ。どうせ体は売ったんだ。売ってない。
私体を売ったわけじゃ。私
このインバイ。
違うんです。私は違うんです。
はい、違いますね。神様は分かって合点ですよ。合点と合体は似ています。合体とはつまりセックスの永遠。
What the fuck?
セックスとはファックのメタフォー。
Metaphor? What the fuck?
これてめえ、ファック好きよ。ファック好きよ。ファック好きって叫ぶ。
私そんなの嫌。そんなの嫌いです。私そんなの嫌なんです。
わかります。でも間宮君にはエッチしてもらいたかったんだよね。
そんなエッチなんて。私
うるさい。てめえマンコのノレノレだろ。
そんなことない。私は間宮君のことをただ好きなだけです。私は
安心安心、大丈夫だよ。その清らかな心を神様は知っています。神様は全てを知っています。ザクロちゃんのマンコがくっさいこともお見通しです。
ひどい。もうひどいこと言わないで。
気にしなくていいんじゃない？臭いのはしょうがないよ。
そんな私臭くなんてないの。 じゃないのに。
知らない人のチッを入れたり出したりあれだけされれば臭くもなるよ。このクソバカだ。マットが臭くない清らかな君は昨晩終了しましたので、今日からはマットが臭い桜をお送りします。新番組マットが臭い高島桜。嘘だよ。ヘラヘラ。
Now my entire life is. There's nothing left for me. So now I can't.
そんなことない。君には無限の可能性が残っているのだよ。神が言う。無限の可能性は君の手に。30円。
I felt like my head was going to split open. It's because I didn't get any sleep. Because I didn't get any sleep. Because I didn't get any sleep. That's why this is happening. By the way, like me, also didn't get any sleep, and I felt like that this morning. And then we went through all the Zachary bullshit scenes. Oh man, it's only a matter of time before I see I become the Kiseishi-sama. Anyway, it's not like I'm going crazy or anything. My head. 頭が30円、体は3万円。これ売春の常識。ぶっかけたんかい。誰が正常してる。でも君の体はホテル一泊で。よっさ、ようこそカイドウ。ファック好きよ。言ってごらん。ウールだよ。
ファックなんて好きじゃない。ファックなんて好きじゃない。ファックなんて
マックとかおしゃれ。おしゃれ手帳に書き込みを了解しました。屋上に来たー。それが高い。タバコがうまい。禁煙たけちゃう。
I ran over to the other rooftop.
あれ君は
Mamiya-kun looked up at me with a kind smile.
高島ザクロです。好きです、間宮くん。
でも避暑所でしょ。中古物件にはお答えできません。中古物件を排除しろ。
Man, that's some next level delusion.
ニコイチ。
ですね。シラノの。
貸してた本が臭くなったよ。なんだよ。臭い。バイタの匂いじゃん。
そんな。ちゃんと何度もお風呂入ったし、何度も洗ったし。
それはこちらも貸した甲斐があったというもんだね。言ってごらん、シラノのセリフを。
詩人。
バイタ、インバイ、虫キラで、かつクソ穴。
神様だよ。神様はお見通しだ。知らぬとベルジュラクとか気取ってんじゃないよ。お前なんて携帯の L サイトでも読んでますか。とてもテンポが良くて気持ちいい翻訳だからマットも乗れますか。
違う。私はそんなことない。ひどいこと言わないで。
Wait, did that just sound like a PowerPoint transition? I heard a sound effect just now, and I was like, wait, that's from PowerPoint, isn't it? Anyway. Yo, Mamiya. Shiroyama-kun. What are you so afraid of? Scared of? No, it's nothing. Wait, I already had this Yeah, because this is after someone stole her uniform, so I'm guessing Tomo-san already beat the fuck out of them already. That's Mamiya-kun. Someone was bullying him. We're friends, aren't we? So lend your good old friends a few bucks. But I just gave you some money yesterday. Yeah, I really appreciate it too. He was almost there, didn't you see it? Then he fell from his fucking horse. That race was totally fixed, don't you think so? I'm never gonna get away from Uma Musume. You know what? That's actually what I'm going to do after uploading this. I'm gonna cook my very late lunch, and while that's happening, I'm doing my dailies. Uma Musume. What the fuck? Anyway, my brain is already dead. Yeah. He would have won if they hadn't fixed that race. So give me some more. But there was no way for him to rebut the bully. He couldn't do anything. He looked pathetic, just like me. Your buddy is having some financial trouble. You can help me out, right? I'll give it back once I win. Have you heard about this baby? I bought this Rolex with my winnings last time. What are you trying to say? You, been saying you were gonna pay me back for a while now? Huh? The fuck did you say? Nothing. Go in. It was nothing. Shut up and give me the money already. Wouldn't that girl have money too? I think her name was Takashima Sakura. Wow, she has stonking big tits. She's only good for fucking. It's your job to pay up. You're my wallet. Go in. He's the worst. He's the same. Just like all the others. That's right. This is how they treat the one person I really like. This must be it. The fake one was the cool, smart Mamiya-kun. I'm gonna make that Mamiya-kun into the real one. Just like that, weak people live their entire lives being stepped on by the strong. Oh, okay, so this is still before Tomasane beat the fuck out of these guys. Oh, wait a second. There was already the rumor about Tomasane beating the fuck out of everyone. Then, what is this? Delusion by Sakura? I'm a little confused because straight up here, this guy is being able to talk tough against the guy who is supposed to be capable of beating the fuck out of everyone. So this doesn't. I know in a later scene it's kind of reflected that if you think about the context that Tomasane already beat the fuck out of them, they were just trying to be friendly to him. They could, but it could, you know how friendly talk could also sometimes sound like fucking bullying if you're hearing it from someone who has from someone who bullies someone. So yeah, I'm a little confused here. Yeah, it might be a delusion. That's worse. Everything here is awful. Wouldn't it be easier if you just jumped? But you should open your eyes.
うるさい
It's right in front of you. If you just open your eyes, you'll understand. If you don't,
放っておいてもういいどうでも
you'll die.
目開いてる
Yeah, the whole thing was a delusion. Because I was wondering, wait a second, that scene was inconsistent with how the bullies know Takuji at that point. Wait, I'll pause the recording. I need to take a short break. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. The goat is here. The goat.
あなたは
音無し綾菜
どうして
I miss the old Otonashi Ayana voice actress. Oh, by the way, she was in H2O as I forgot the name of the character when you first meet her, but I know her real name is Hotaru. Anyway.
もしかして私今まで夢を
No, maybe I switch them around. Hotaru H2O V and delay. Hotaha. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. Her character name is Otaha. She's the real Hinata. Hotaru is the okay. You remember the sister switch in H2O. Anyway, whatever.
そうだよね。今までのは夢だよね。だってさ。
再生させ。
耳を貸す必要はない。あれに何の力もない。
Fuck, something wrong with my mouse hat. I'll be right back. My mouse died again. You can buy it. I used to have like a mouse that was like wireless, but it kept fucking up that I went back to a wired mouse. And then, you know, the problem with wired stuff is eventually it wears down.
力ありすぎだって神様登場。
Yes, Mamiya.
何もできないから、ああやって人の心に忍び寄る無力なもの。
あなたは
音無し綾菜。
これって何なの？私は狂ってるの？何あの巨大なおじさんの顔。どのビルよりも大きいじゃない。あんなのあるの？
さあ、私はお医者さんじゃないからそんなこと知らない。
でも私に見えるものがわかるんでしょ。
I like the shit that's happening in the background.
なら答えは簡単。1、あなたも私も狂ってない。2、あなたも私もくるくる狂ってる。
I like how she's smiling. When she said that, that's smug.
目を狙い目超弱点。
Oh fuck, I accidentally pressed. How do you... Oh yeah, this is the type. This was before when they gave you the ability to roll back. Okay, sorry. We'll have to read this back again. Zakura cutter. When I searched my pockets, I found a box cutter. That's right. The infamous Zakura cutter that can even cut through paper. What an amazing weapon. Good luck. You can kill someone with a box cutter. What? I think you can. If you strike a certain point at the person, they'll still die with a box cutter.
答えて。なんで私ばっかりこんな目に遭うの？なんで？
よし、ここでザクロイヤーだ。ザクロイヤーでありもしない情報を全部聞き出す。
ザクロイヤー。なんで私はこんな目に遭うの？
それはメール受信です。
え？メール？
見たら
Yes. You probably suffered for a long time, but the only reason you're suffering is because your existence is correct. You can suffer because you're correct, but the incorrect person who is tormenting you will die. Soon, one of your problems will disappear.
これ。
僕もそう思います。正しいから知らない。悪は滅びるし。
私を苦しめるのはやっぱりお前らが間違っているから。お前ら全員が 赤坂も北見もミカも間宮君だっておとなしあやな。あなたが私を苦しめる元凶なのか。
なぜそう思うの？
あなたと話していると私気が狂いそうなぐらい。
でもそれは私と会う前からそうなはずよ。
That's smug.
知らない男に侵されてからじゃない？レイプされてからじゃないの？
おっかされ私
人形みたいに無残に男のなすがまま。
Sorry, this is a very random share. Every time I go to the trash room, because I live in an apartment building, sometimes my neighbor who buys a lot of sex dolls, I don't know why that image conjured to me when I read this, spread out on the bed like a sex doll. It reminded me of the sex dolls when I opened the trash chute and I'm like, oh man. Okay, that's a weird image right now. Now suddenly I associate that with Zapper, man. Holy fuck. Anyway. Man, that really fucks up. That really fucks up your mind.
私
The whole sequence there.
そうだ犯されたんだ。男に私汚された汚い。私は何これは何なの。何このまがまがしいものは。これって
窓をよく見てごらん。ほら、窓から外。
これって
A great black shadow covering the sky. An endless gloom, black gloom. Like the world's twilight. A gloomy scene.
見たことある。いつかの夢で。それかもっと遠くのどこかで。
次の空。
He said the line. He said the line. I'm done with this. I'm done with this VN. Let's read Suinosaur. Nah, I'm just kidding. Can't wait for my copy of Suinosaur double rebate to come here. A silhouette fell from the sky, the shape of a human. A silhouette shaped like a human fell from the sky just like that. And broke upon the ground. A terrible sound. It must have literally been full of shit. That's what it sounded like.
誰か飛び降りたぞ。
飛び降りなんだ。人が降ってきてはぜて空から。
本当かよ。
本当よ。
どうしたんだよ。
どこみんな窓際に群がっている。まるで腐臭に群がるハエみたい。嬉しそう。腐った匂いが大好きだから。みんな頭がおかしいから。みんなすごく汚くて。みんなすごく虫けら様だから。みんな楽しそう。クソ虫だから私を苦しめる。クソ虫どもだから。
God damn it. The word Kusumushi just made me remember Sana. Sorry. This is the wrong timing for this.
あれってさ、3組の白山じゃない？
そうだ、あいつ白山だぜ。
なんで飛び降りたの？
Male student. Well, there could be a guy with a really high voice.
なの知るかよ。
白山？ああ、赤坂めぐの彼氏か。あいつ死んだんだ。そうなんだ。そうだよね。だって私を犯したやつでしょ。私を踏みにじったやつでしょ。私が正しいから。クソ虫だから。それが許せなくて。なら他も死ぬの？白山と一緒にいたあの沼田とかいうやつは？もちろん赤坂めぐと北見里子死ぬんでしょ？はぜて死ね。砕けて死ね。どうせクソ虫にふさわしいちっぽけな脳みそしか入ってないでしょ。クソ虫にふさわしいクソしか詰まってない内臓でしょ。そんなのいらない。臭いし。
One of your problems will disappear tomorrow. One of my problems. He was one of my problems. But it's not enough. I have more than one problem. I have far more than that. Far more people had to die. Far more worms had to be crushed.
あ、返事書かないと。これだ。宇佐美さんのメッセージ。ありがとうございます。おかげさまで、私を取り巻く不幸の一つは、解決しました。でも、私には、まだまだたくさんの不幸があります。それは、解決しないのでしょうか。それが解決しないと狂ってしまいそうです。お返事お待ちしてます。
高島さん。
あなたは音無早菜さん。
高島さん、そっちに行ってしまうの。
そっちってどこかしら？
間違った道。
あら、何のことかしら？だいたいいきなり人のことを間違ってるなんて。
白山くんの死は高島さんが考えてるようなことじゃない。
なら何なのよ。
いつも屋上で懸垂ごっこしてたから。沼田くんと白山くん。
懸垂ごっこ。そうだとして、私の考えているようなって何のことかしら？
あれは単純な事故。そう考えた方がいい。
世の中に単純な事故なんてあるの？一つの事故に至るまでの説明なんていくらでも難しくできるんじゃなくて？
ここで止まらないと全てが動き始める。
If you ask me if Ayana was deliberately trying to stop things here, nah, man, this is reverse psychology. Based on my understanding of the stuff she mentioned in Selena Sora remake.
動き始める。
多分高島さんの選択ものすごく危険。
危険？
そう、その選択がたくさんの人間の運命を左右する。
そうなんだ。やっぱり私が人の運命を左右するんだ。そうだよね。私は他のクソ虫とは違うから。違わないわ。私は正しいの。だからあいつは死んだ。そうよ。だから死んだの。
I'm correct. I'm not wrong. In the world of Kokiburi, only I am Ningen. I should stop that. No, I will continue. That's why I suffer. You should all die. Die painfully.
メール。 SNS のメッセージ。
I quickly pulled out my phone. Usami had already replied to my message. Message.
やっぱり宇佐美さんからだ。何これ。
Takashima-san, you're wrong.
高島さんは間違ってます。
This again. So, she's the same. Then I skim over the rest of the message.
私の間違い。私は。
So, I was mistaken, that's all. I had to meet her. I have to meet my allies. I must meet them so that I can learn the true reason behind my mistake. Hell yeah. Here we go. We're getting there. July 11th. Unfortunately, today's July 13th here. I really should have finished this yesterday, but yeah. This is where she told me to meet her. This is the right place, right? I'll look around for her.
それらしい人はまだ来ていないみたい。
Maybe I just got here early. Or
騙された。
tricked by Gokiburi again. Just to tease me.
いいえ、
That's not true. There's so much grace and elegance in these sentences. Her writing is different from those of the Gokiburi. I have to see through the deception. If I don't, I'll just suffer. I was fooled. Those messages were just a prank. That's all. That's...
5を一つ取り除く。
I wanted to believe that it was just a coincidence.
でもここに来た。
あなた、音無し、綾菜さん。
So far, TPC never played, so she's obviously coming from a different angle here.
こんばんは。
何の用かしら。
別に。
That's funny. Anyway, why does she always show up in places like this? She always shows up at weird times. Now that I think of it, she was there before too. Just before I was kidnapped. When? And that time I witnessed Shiroyama's death. Now she's just making this shit up, because even I don't remember seeing her, so she's just making this shit up at this point. And now, why is she always there?
あなたにはいつでも悪魔がささやきかけます。注意してください。導かれる者は必ず悪魔の妨害に遭います。その言葉に耳を傾けてはいけません。そうだ。
This person is... My headache. That image again. The same as before. The same image as before. This must be... Just like the letter said. My memories from the previous world. No way. That doesn't exist. That was just... What? If it wasn't my memories from the previous world, then this person that's always following me...
あなたは何なの？
音無し。綾菜。
何者？
音無し。綾菜。
Are these my memories? Why is she always following me?
頭痛い。頭が。
音無し。綾菜。
あなた何者なの？
音無し。綾菜。
違う。そんなこと聞いてない。
音無し。綾菜。
違う。
音無し。綾菜。
違う。あなたは。
音無し。綾菜。
あなたなんか。
音無し。綾菜。
悪魔。
He's an Akuma. Is that it? Then the others must really be out there too. The Akuma trying to block my path is proof that my allies really do exist. Will they really come? Will my allies? My nakama, the ones who saved the world in their past incarnations, really do exist? Then, this onna.
あなたは、
おとなしい。綾菜、
あなた、ここで何をしているの？
あなたは？
私は、あなたに今質問しているの。
私は、あなたを見ている。
私の姿を。
そう。
は？何それ、面白い？それって面白いの？もしかして今まであまりに不幸だった私を見るのが面白かったのかしら？
I like when she does the eye thing.
なら残念ね。もう私の不幸は終わりよ。
そう。
そうよ。
それで、高島さんはここで何をしているの？
なんだっていいじゃない。あなたには関係のないことでしょ。
関係ないこと。
そう。だからあっち行ってよ。
なら、私がここにいるのも、あなたには関係のないことかも。
This Akuma. She really is an Akuma. That's why she's challenging me. Then the answer. The answer is obvious. I can't rise to her challenge. I have to ignore the Akuma. The Akuma's whisper.
もう、決めたのかしら。世界とあなたの関わり方。そうだね。
消えて、悪魔。
I close my eyes.
悪魔の声はもう、悪魔の言葉は届かない。
Huh? When I opened my eyes, Otanashi Ayana was gone.
高島ザクロさんですか？高島ザクロさんでしょ？はい。そうですけど。あなたは？はじめまして。私、月川宇佐美と言います。あなたがメールをくれた人ですか？はい。
She's the person who sent those texts. She's my ally from my previous world. But she just looks like a normal person.
普通の人でがっかりしました？
Did she just...
心を読まれたと思いましたか？もしかしてあなた、本当に私の心を読んで？
Man, it's really over for Zakuro at this point.
違いますよ。前世の記憶が戻っただけで力はちゃんとは戻っていませんから。そうなんだ。今のはあなたの顔に書いてありましたから。
Oh. Is it that easy to read my expressions? That's kind of embarrassing. This is why your boys straight up can easily figure out how to fuck with you, man. But she was honest when she told me that she just read my expression, not my mind. If she was trying to deceive me, she would have claimed to have supernatural powers like mind reading. She didn't lie though. Maybe I can trust her.
ここに来てくれたということは、あなたも前世の記憶を取り戻したということでしょ？いや、そういうのではなく、ただメールを見て気になってきただけで。まだ記憶が戻っていない？はい。というか、まだ半信半疑ってわけですね。そんなことは。いいえ、少し信じられないですよね。すみません。でも気になって来てしまった。メールもらってからいろいろあって、あなたを取り巻く不幸は一つ消えたみたいですね。消えたという意味では確かに。そう。その他には？何か見えたのですね。何か見えたから気になってここに来た。違いますか？なんでそれが？力をあのメールに込めました。力を？メールに
？Sorry, something distracted me for a second.
はい。 だからもし高島さんが私たちの仲間ならば何か変化があるはずです。
Oh, I'm distracted because I'm hungry now. Okay, never mind. I'll just stuff it out so I could have my lunch and I'm gonna go back to the a change. I don't know if you could call it a change, but a lot of weird stuff had happened. That man died, and I saw those images, and what the nashi? Ayana.
何を見ましたか？夢ですか？はい、何度か夢に見たみたいで、多分覚えていないんですが。なぜそれなのに夢で見たような気がしたんですか？学校で事故があって人が屋上から落ちてしまったんですが、その映像を見た瞬間に私はこれを夢で、いえ、もしかしたら夢じゃなくてもっと遠くのどこかの場所で見たことがあるんじゃないかって。どんな映像ですか？何か空から大きなものが降ってきて邪悪なものに思えた。それって
春めきど。
あなたは？あゆみちゃん、宇佐美さん、この人は？
Is there an actual Catholic school in Japan where the girls' school getup is straight up you look like a fucking nun? I'm getting the impression that might be the case. I don't know.
ごめんなさい、紹介します。この方は水尾あゆみちゃん。
Sorry, in Japanese there's a sister. Anyway.
はじめまして。私は高島ザクロと言います。こんにちは。
Her cheeks flush. She looked nervous.
あゆみちゃんは口下手だからごめんね。
Considering what she went through. Oh man.
口下手。ごめんなさい。いえ、私もあんまり変わらないから。ところで、さっきあゆみさんが言ってた春めき度って何ですか？あゆみちゃん、ザクロさんはまだ完全には頭リバースをしていないようなの。頭リバース？それって何ですか？そうね。あゆみちゃん、どうしたらいいと思う？
Ayumi-san slowly pointed somewhere.
そうね。そこがいいわね。ザクロさん、場所を変えませんか？問題ありません。こんなところで立ち話するのもなんですし、時間が時間だからね。そうですね。ここって、こんな時間だからこんな場所でしかお話できないの。お酒とか飲む場所ですよね。
Oh, that explains why the place looks so nice.
まあそうなんだけど、一応カフェって名前だからコーヒーとか紅茶もあるのよ。はい。何か食べる？いや。
Being at a place like this, so late at night, if my parents or school found out, I would be in big trouble. Well, you could go to Mamiya's. Oh yeah, she fucking hates Mamiya. Right now. Why do I care about that? Why should I care? They don't do anything for me. None of them ever came to save me. If I think about it, it's really ridiculous.
これ
I took out my cell phone.
正直文章の意味はわかりません。 意味がわからないのによくここに来たね。予言が当たったから。予言というか必然なんだけどね。必然。そう、あなたが悪魔、封印されたアザの物理特化府中によって操られた人間に苦しめられていたんだから。そのアザって、それと物理特化府中って。
Wait, I missed something.
そうね。その前にここ。
Osami-san took out her own cell phone and showed me a picture.
なんでこの場所。この場所どう思う？嫌です。ここはザクロさんにとってはとっても嫌な場所でしょうね。なんでわかるんですか？私たちはあなたのことだったら大体すべて知っています。
Almost everything. They know what happened to me. That I was the file in this place. That's why she showed me this picture.
そんなに怯えないでください。私たちはあなたに危害を加えようとは思っていません。ただあなたに思い出してほしいだけです。そして協力してほしいだけなんです。協力？何を？メールに書いた通り、あなたと私たちは前世で世界の危機を救うために戦った仲間だったんです。それって信じられませんよね。いいえ、そうでもありません。私あの後に色々とありました。あいつが死んだ後も私の周りに神と悪魔が現れて。神と悪魔？はい。神は中年ぐらいの男で半裸でした。大きさが普通の人間ぐらいから数百キロメートルぐらい。大きい。悪魔は私の学校の女生徒になりすまして私を惑わします。宇佐美さんのメールに書いてありましたよね。悪魔が私を惑わすって。悪魔が私の心をかき乱すって。あの男の死、そしてたまにフラッシュバックみたいに脳裏をよぎる、これだけのことがあってなかったら完全に私壊れてました。だってわけわかんないことばかりで。結界内、東京23区の物理特化府中は追消滅させた報復に出たのね。一番弱いザクロさんに。
23rd district. Okay, that gave me a clue where to find the real life location of this place. "23rd Ward of Tokyo, Nerima." Oh. Nerima. Because I'm trying to figure out where the real life location for the real life location for the place they take, the real life location inspiration for the real life location for the CG. The mere fact that she described it as the 23rd district, and I searched for the 23rd district of Tokyo. I don't know. I'm gonna research this later. Sorry, this was random. This caught my attention. Another thing I would comment is that it's just straight up called her the weakest. But I guess it makes sense. It makes sense from their perspective since she hasn't woken up to her powers or whatever. Or I don't know, man.
その物理特化府中って、その前に もっともっと最初からお話をしなければならないわ。
最初から？
私たちは昔、もう一つの宇宙、アウタースペースにあるネブラ星雲のエロヒムロという星の住人だったの。
アウタースペース？
うん、
アウタースペース。
外宇宙と言われる場所。そこはこの宇宙と違ってすごく平和だった。
外宇宙 That's an interesting term. Anyway.
特に私たちエロヒムロはとっても平和を愛する宇宙人だったのに、平和なあまりに人々は堕落していき、その心に悪しき心が宿り、大いなる災いを呼び寄せてしまったんです。
大いなる災い？
アザース。
Asas. Sounds like others, but like
アザース？
万物の王、無限の中核に住む原初の混沌、形なく知られざるもの、暗愚の実体、沸騰する混沌の核、人々の堕落が究極の混沌の中心に幽閉されているとされていたあれを目覚めさせた。あれが完全に目覚めると世界は終わる。あれが夢を見ている時だけ世界は存在を許される。
夢を見ている時だけ世界は存在を許される。
そう、あれの夢の終わりは世界の終わりなの。にもかかわらず、平和に慣れてしまったエロヒムロの者たちは何もしようとしなかった。世界の終わりが近づいているのに。
それってまるで…
そう、今の世界と同じ。その時に立ち上がったのが私たち3人、それぞれが戦士としての能力を持ち称号を与えられた少女たち。エンジェルリムーバー、エンジェルナイト、そして赤の超空間、エンジェルアドバイズ。
私がエンジェルアドバイズ。
Man, this sounds like a plot from a Mahou Shoujo show, man.
はい、あなたの能力は素晴らしいもので、私も何度も助けられました。
私もです。
私は黄金の光、エンジェルリムーバー、そしてあゆみちゃんが青き閃光、エンジェルナイト。
I'm Angel Advice. I saved Ayumi-san. I saved Angel Naito.
エンジェルナイト。
I was injured when I moved to cover Angel Naito with my own body.
エンジェルアドバイス。怪我はなかった。エンジェルナイト、バカ。どうして私をかばって飛び出したりしたの？だって私たちは仲間じゃないの。エンジェルアドバイス。
Give me a second.
大丈夫。私は平気だから。分かったわ。
ブニュブニュブニュ、次はお前らの番だ。
私の大切な仲間を傷つけるなんて絶対に許さないんだから。
世界の平和を守るためにも
あなたを倒す。行くわよ。黄金の光、エンジェルリムーバー。
青き閃光、エンジェルナイト。
Nande? This happened long in the past. Oh, sure, I had completely forgotten the events of that day. Now I remember it like it was yesterday. The pain, the joy.
なんだろう。
These are tears? Could I be crying? For some reason, I had tears streaming down my cheeks. For some reason, the tears won't stop.
そうなんだ。あの時二人とも本気で私のことを心配してくれたっけ？
ザクロさん、思い出してくれたんですか？
少し、ほんの少しだけど。
You know what? Honestly, at this point, I can't tell if the other two were being chuny or that was interference by the extra dimensional being. You know what I mean.
二人が傷ついた私をすごく心配してくれて。石の塔の戦い。そうなんだ。あれが石の塔の戦いだった。
少しずつ封印が解け始めているのよ。
封印？
I mean, there's also nothing stopping it from being an actual another dimension thing being transmitted. I don't know, man. You could choose to believe whatever the fuck you want.
そう、私たちに世界の滅亡を食い止められた大いなる災いは、転生した時の私たちの力を恐れて私たちに封印をかけたの。
なぜ封印を？
それは
再びハルメキドが。ハルメキド？
そう、最終戦争メキドの丘の戦い。私たちは世界の滅亡を食い止めるために戦った。それは長い戦いで、そしてついに終末の時、ハルメキドを迎えてしまった。
終末の時、ハルメキド。
私たちは戦った。何度も傷つき倒れながら、何度も何度も何度も。そしてそのハルメキドから世界を救ったの。
私たちが救った。
でも大いなる災いの力は強力で、倒すまでには至らなかった。大いなる災いは時空を超越した究極の混沌の中心に幽閉されていたけど、大いなる災いはいつか必ず復活する。そう考えた私たちはさらなる力を得るために転生の道を選んだんだけど、復活する時に立ちふさがるであろうと考えた大いなる災いは私たちに封印の呪いをかけたの。
封印の呪い？
そう、転生しても無力なただの女の子になってしまうように。
That's right. The powerful seal is the reason why I never remembered it before.
でもどうやったら記憶を？
それが頭リバース。
頭リバース。
Why did they just go full English and go say brain reverse instead of atama reverse? Anyway.
ああ、ごめんね。私たちが過去の記憶を取り戻すことをそう呼んでいるんだけどね。でも頭リバースが完全ではないのはそこに理由があるの。
The reason I prefer brain reverse is because it's more chuny sounding than atama reverse. If I was, you know.
でも記憶がないといろいろと問題が。再びハルメキドが起きるということは大いなる災いが蘇るってことでしょ？
In response to Sami-san and Ayumi-san both silently
だっ
nodded.
たらどうにかしないと。
But what can I hope to do? I still haven't recovered all my memories. And I don't have my Chonoriku like before.
私たちもずっとそのことを考えているの。だって実は私たちも力は蘇っていないんだから。私もあゆみちゃんもほんの少しの力は戻っているの。だからザクロさんも見つけられた。でも世界を救えるだけの力はないの。
だって私たちはさらなる力を得るために転生したんじゃ。
そう、その通りよ。だけどハルメキドは封印以外の手も打ってきたの。私たちが頭リバースしても世界を救うための力まで取り戻さないようにするために大いなる災いは先兵を送ったの。
先兵？
先兵は人に取り付いて私たちに近づき、私たちに悪しき考えを植え付けようとしていたの。
悪しき考え？
ザクロさんは何度か考えなかった？世界が滅んでしまえばいいとか、自分自身が消えてしまえばいいとか。
あ、そうだ。何度も考えたことがある。つい昨日までそう考えていたし、私自身が滅ぼしたいとまで考えたことがある。
それはザクロさんだけのことじゃないの。私もあゆみちゃんも記憶が戻るまではそう考えていたの。
そうなの。
うん。
So, that's the truth. The great disaster is the reason why I had to suffer.
大いなる災いアザースは封印だけでは不安だったの。頭リバースが起きる可能性を抑えることができても、私たちが生きている限りその可能性はゼロじゃない。そう考えた大いなる災いは次の手段を打ったの。ザクロさん、心当たりはない？心当たり。そう、ザクロさんが最も思い出したくない不幸、それだったの。
That what it was. That were the great disaster's vanguard. Damn it! I was defiled by those bastards.
ザクロちゃんの気持ちわかる。私とあゆみちゃんも大いなる災いの手先に。
It happened to both of them too. Just like me, they were defiled. Ayumi-san grabbed my hand. In that moment,
これは
Ayumi-san's memories flowed into me.
ほら、オナニーしなさいよ。
Shit, man.
そんなこと。
I have to remember how far the shit goes.
早くしろよ。あんたね、あんま私ら怒らすとひどいよ。
燃やして下半身丸出しで表へ出すよ。ほら、早くしなさいよ。
ちょっともっとマジにやんなよ。絵にならないじゃんか。いいから早くやんなよ。
声出せよ。はい。くんだってよ。
なんだよその声。
ほら休むなよ。はい。それ私の携帯。なんでそれを。写メ撮ってるんだよ。写メ。それで携帯電話ごとネットで売るんだよ。すげえ高く売れるんだぜ。そんな。安心してよ。私らの電話番号は削除しておくからさ。それはうるさいな。
無理やりやっちまおうよ。
うん。いやなんだよ、濡れてんじゃんかよ。いやもう許して。
うるせえな。この少し黙ってろよ。
痛い。
だからいいんじゃない。なんか SM っぽいよ。ああ、そうかもしんないね。なら
なんだこいつ。
5分だら正面漏らしやがった。早く早く写真撮ってよ。
ああ、マニアに受けそう。
写真撮れた？
バッチリ。すげえあゆみ、マニアで大人気のアイドルだよ。最高にマニアアイドル。
ヒューヒュー。
次何撮る？
そうだ、あゆみちゃんの少女喪失。これでよくね？
それだ
け。うるせえんだよ。あんたは黙って犯されればいいんだよ。いちいちうざいんだよ。
お願い、許してください。
んでさ、何で犯すの？これ。何これ？用務員が飼ってる犬。なんでこんなもん連れてきてるの？ すっごい無残。すごいすごい。
This is a carryover for their HBO shit.
痛いよ。許してよ。
Correction, not just H shit. Oh no. It's after another. After another is after the main. What? Never mind. We're in the middle of a scene.
写真撮れよ。
Fuck, my mouse decides to fucking break at this exact same scene. What the fuck? Give me a second. It's so embarrassing. This is not intended, okay? I'm not deliberately making this.
あ、うん。ひどい。
I wasn't the only one. I wasn't the only one suffering. We all suffered the same fate. But I thought I was the only one who had to bear this
ご
burden.
めんなさい。みんな。私。今日まで私だけが孤独で。悪いのはザクロさんじゃない。悪いのは大いなる災いよ。
Yes, that's right. It was all the great disaster trying to destroy the world. That's the source of all my
大
problems.
いなる災いは私たちが力まで取り戻すのを防ぐために力そのものを封印することにしたの。それが私たちの体に悪しき生を流すことだったの。確かにそれによって力を封印することはできたけど、逆にそれによって私たちは記憶を取り戻すことができたの。おかげでザクロちゃんに会えた。
These people are my allies. No, they're my true friends. I think that my true friends were waiting for me. I'm so happy. I've never been this happy before in my life. Yes, I was born to save this world.
うさみちゃん、あゆみちゃん。
We embraced and cried together. The tears of joy won't stop.
ところでもう一つの話の協力って。
Osami-san wiped away the tears and began to talk.
さっき大いなる災いが復活してハルメキドが近づいているって言ったでしょ。それを止めたいの。世界を救いたいの。世界を救いたい。そうなの。私は確かに悪しき心にとらわれて何度も世界が滅んでしまえばいいと考えたわ。でもこの世界にも罪のない人間はいっぱいいるの。優しい人間はいっぱいいるのよ。
Yasashi Union. Someone like that.
間宮君、私はそういう人たちを救いたいの。そうね。そうよね。それが私たちの使命よね。そうよ。そういう人たちを救うのが私たちの使命。
That's right. I'm a warrior, fighting to save the world. If I don't do it, then who will?
それに悪しき者に取りつかれた人たちも元は人間。私たちが大いなる災いを倒せば元に戻るわ。
That's why, if we save the world, all those people will return to normal. Then, why did he have to die? Wasn't he another person possessed by the evil? Then he should have gone back to normal once the world was saved. なんで
悪しき者とは物理特化府中。物理特化府中。物理法則から自由な物質。物理特化。人の頭に取り付いて思考や記憶、さらに感情を食べる虫よ。人の頭に。そう。虫に取りつかれた人間はまるで虫けらのように。虫けら。そうなんだ。
やっぱりそうなんだ。だから私。
そしてエンジェル戦士を不適衝動エナジーダウン減少化させ骨抜きにするために、あなたの身の回りの人間にも物理特化府中を忍ばせた。
それが私をいじめたあいつら。
そうよ。物理特化府中が長時間入り込むと人間の脳みそはほとんどなくなってしまうの。昨日私とエンジェルナイトの力によって東京23区に結界を張り、物理特化府中は追消滅させたの。だから脳がほとんど食われている人間は物理特化府中が消えることにより狂ってしまう。ザクロちゃんを苦しめたやつは自滅したのよ。
自滅？
だからそのことに悩まなくていいんだよ。
でもあいつらは悪しき者に取りつかれただけで。
そう、確かに元は人間。でもね、悪しき者は悪しき心を持った人間とは相性が良くて、取り付いたのが悪しき心を持った人間だったらどんどん同化していってしまうのよ。
相性？
もともと悪しき心の持ち主だったから、物理特化府中との相性、脳がほとんど食われるぐらいまで同化しているということはもともとが邪悪だった証拠なのよ。そういった意味ではその人の死は当然の報い。物理特化府中に食われてなくても絶対にろくでもない犯罪を犯していたわ。それに私たちを怪我しておいてただで済むわけがない。
報いは受けるべき。
That's right. That's right. That has to be it. It was just a recompense.
あいつは当然の報いを受けた。もともとが救いようのないくらいに悪しき心の持ち主だったんだから。
そう、これは天罰よ。仕方のないこと。
そういえば私たちは力を封印されているんじゃ。
Right. It's our mission to save the world, but we can't do anything without our powers.
力を戻す方法あるよ。
あゆみちゃんの言う通り、力、次世代超能力という力を取り戻す方法はあるの。そのためにはスパイラルマタイという儀式が必要なの。
You said the word spiral Matai.
スパイラルマタイ？
そう、スパイラルマタイ。この儀式を行えば私たちは次世代超能力を取り戻せるわ。でもこの儀式には勇気が必要なの。
勇気？
私たちはさらなる力を得るため、次世代超能力を得るために転生したのよ。ということはもう一度転生に似た状態にならなければならない。
転生に似た状態って？
それは死ぬ寸前の状態になること。その状態からもう一度帰ってこれれば次世代超能力を取り戻せるの。
死ぬ寸前の状態？
そう、それがスパイラルマタイ。本当だったらザクロちゃんが完全に記憶を取り戻してからにしたかったんだけど、でも世界の滅亡の時、ビッグハザードは刻一刻と迫っているの。
Big hazard. But it sounded like big hazard to me, but whatever. Maybe that's how they actually said it in Japanese.
7月20日。
7 days from now, by the way. Did she just say July 20th? July 20th? It's just 9 days from now.
そんなのって。
そうなのよ。7月20日がハルメキドの時、聖書に書かれているアルマゲドン、ノストラダムスの予言で言われている7の月、それが7月20日なの。
Armageddon is coming in just 9 days. I can't believe it. I finally met my friends and now, in just 9 days.
いつやるの？
ザクロちゃん？
やりましょう。スパイラルマタイ。
いいの？ザクロちゃん。
Alright, here's the music I was waiting for, man. The goat music.
だってやらないと次世代超能力を取り戻せないじゃない。
And
それに力を取り戻さないと世界が滅んじゃうんだよ。 もし滅んじゃったらみんなと会えなくなっちゃう。
さくらちゃん。
覚悟はできているわ。みんなと一緒だったらどんなことだってやり遂げられる。私たちはどんな時にでも助け合う仲間、そして本当の友達よ。
そうよね。私たちは本当の友達よね。
結婚の日はいつにするの？
あゆみちゃん、いつにした方がいい？
Ayumi-chan closed her eyes and thought for a
あ
moment.
ゆみちゃんは星を読むことができるの。ザクロちゃんを見つけられたのもこのあゆみちゃんの能力のおかげよ。
それって能力じゃ。
実はね、あゆみちゃんって数ヶ月前に車にはねられたのよ。
Bruh, if being fucked by a dog wasn't bad enough, she also got hit by a car.
車に？
うん。今は髪の毛に隠れてるけど、頭にすごい傷跡があるんだよ。
そうなんだ。
その時に力の一部を取り戻したの。だから今力を持っているのは彼女だけ。それでも一部だけどね。
でもその一部の力で23区に結界を張ったり、
Wow, if our
私
full
を
power
探し出したり。
Wow, if our full power comes back, then we could
感じの星、ビル、マンデの星に近づくとき、ザロボイの星、隠れ、エロヒムロの力。
そう、そんなに早く。
Ayumi-chan nodded silently.
明日の午後6時42分にエロヒムロのエネルギーを強く受けられるの。その時にこの地で、
この地？
このビルの屋上ぐらい。
少し右側、隣のマンションが。
うん、そこがポジションとなる。
そのポジションでスパイラルマタイを行う。
そう。
明日の6時42分にここで。
When that time comes, my power will return, and I'll be able to save the world.
ザクロちゃんは怖くないの？
怖い？どうして？
だって死ぬ寸前の状態になるのよ。
確かに怖いよ。でもそうしないと世界は救えないんでしょ。それにみんなと一緒だから。みんなと一緒だったら何があっても大丈夫。
ザクロちゃん。
それじゃあ明日の6時30分にここで。
Usami-san and Ayumi Usami and Ayumi didn't say anything. They simply nodded their approval.
私たちは本当の友達。何があっても一緒よ。
That's right. I'm not wrong. The one who was wrong. The one who was wrong? I was born. Why exist at all? Today I found my raison d'être. And pronounce it properly. Yes, I'm the warrior, Senshi, sent here to save the world, along with my nakama. Nakama. Tomodachi. Honto no tomodachi. Usami-chan. Golden light. Angel remover. Ayumi-chan. Azure twinkling. Angel knight. So, I finally found my true friends. I've never been so happy before my life. I'm as happy as any human could ever be. I wonder if anyone else has ever been this happy. I want to share this happiness with everyone. That's how happy I feel. I can see it clearly. The time of the world's destruction. The world will end in 9 days. I can't let that happen. I just met my friends. I can't let my happiness end so soon. A great black shadow covering the sky. An endless black gloom. Like the world's twilight. A gloomy scene.
スパイラルマタイ。
Spiral Matai. If we just finish the Spiral Matai, I'll be able to recover my extra dimensional powers. And then, I'll be able to see the world, and I'll be happy like this forever.
私は世界を救わなきゃいけない。
But I wonder why. I wonder what my extra dimensional powers were like.
手のひらからピンク色の光線が出るのかな。ビビビビビ。
Did I really see the world with something like that? No way. It's gotta be something really amazing. There's no way it's something boring like shooting energy blast. Once I recover my power, I can save everyone. Then they'll all be kind to me. My Okasan, my classmate, and Mamiya-kun, too. It must have been the specialized physics bugs making him act like that when he was in the underground room. As we save the world, Mamiya-kun will go back to his smart caring self. And then we might finally be reunited. Now that I think back on it, I'm pretty sure Usami-chan said something like this.
怪我された記憶。それは消せないわ。でもね、怪我された体はちゃんと清められるの。
どういうこと？
スパイラルマタイは肉体超越の技。人間的な、あまりに人間的で不完全なこの肉体を消滅させて。
ってことは、
そうよ。怪我された肉体は全て元に戻るの。その痛みだけを私たちは知って、新しい自分に
生まれ変わる。
うん、
そうなんだ。
そうだ。ザクロちゃんって好きな人がいるでしょ。
なんで？
だってさっきいろいろな人がまた優しくなるって言ってた時に一瞬だけ止まったから、あーこの人好きな人のことを思い出しているんだなーって思った。
そんな
それが普通だよね。
うさみちゃん。
私も好きな人がいるの。本当はその人と私は結ばれる運命なはずなんだけど。
結ばれる運命？
Wait. Anyway, never mind.
前世でね、彼とは婚約者だったのよ。
婚約者？
うん。彼とは前世で結婚するはずだったんだよ。でも私は大いなる災いの戦いに巻き込まれ、彼と結ばれる前に、彼はその後私の魂を追って数千年、数億年、数兆年の時を転生し続けた。
数兆年。
That's longer than the universe has existed.
そしてやっとここで出会えたのに、悪しき者によって引き裂かれた。
悪しき者？
うん。高信くんは騙されてるの。あの悪しき女に。あいつはとても邪悪なの。すごく狡猾で。
そうだったんだ。
だからこの戦いが終わったら、彼は全てを思い出して。
I have no response to this. I'd love it to make a response, but I'd rather not.
その時は結婚式に呼んでね。数兆年も待たされた結婚式なんだから、絶対に今度こそ叶えないと。そうなんだ。この戦いが終わったら全てが平和になって、
本来の姿に戻って大好きな人のところに帰ることができる。
私たちの怪我された体もきれいになる。
だから
頑張りましょう。
After this all ends, I'll be able to face Mamiya-kun again. Ooh, it's that day. The sound of birds. Yeah. Morning. Asa. Is it morning already? Oh, right. Last night I was up late. I spent all night warning people on the underground message
って
board.
言っても誰も真実に耳を傾けてくれなかったけどね。まあ仕方がないよね。
So bright. It was morning already. It was the day that when I would recover my power. The day I would be reborn. I haven't felt this good in a long time. For a long time I didn't feel anything. I never knew the morning could feel so good. It feels good. I have to protect this happiness. I have to protect this world.
私は今日生まれ変わるんだ。
Gakko. A lot has happened here. I came to the school since I had a lot of time before we were supposed to meet up.
さすがに日曜日だから人が少ない。
I walked into the school building.
いろいろ嫌なことがあったこの場所も大いなる災いもまた新しく生まれ変わる。
I like how the school instantly recovered. Like, someone jumped up, someone fell, like, super recently, like, 2 days ago, but it's now totally open.
みんな優しい世界。
Looking at it like that, even the school building holds a place in my heart, oddly enough. The last time I looked down at this window, if he had been born with a kinder heart, he would have been eaten by the specialized physics bug. Poor thing. He will be born into the new world. This place holds my most treasured memories. All my memories of Mamiya-kun linger here.
さすがに間宮君はいないよね。
Of course not. Today is Sunday after all. But
少し期待してたのかな。
if we're fated to be together, it wouldn't be strange at all if we had met here today.
戦いの前に色ぼけしてる場合じゃないよね。
I'll soon be reborn, and then I'll fight for this world. I can't waste my time thinking about the boy I used to like. I used to like?
でも全てが終わったら間宮君
I'll come find you once this is all over.
そしたら
The two of us in the new world. That's right. A strange presence. I never felt this before. Was that the first sign of my powers returning?
あれあなた音無し彩菜
Oh, here we go. Her with the TPC playing.
なんで音無し彩菜がここに
Why is Otanashi-san here? Could it be?
大いなる災いの先兵は人に取り付いて私たちに近づき私たちの邪魔をしてくるの。
Which means Otanashi-san came here to interfere with the spiral Matai. That's the truth of it. That has to be it.
何をするつもりなの？あなたの企みなんか分かっているんだからスパイラルマタイを邪魔するつもりでしょ。
高島さんが選択した運命、それはもう変えられない。
当たり前よ。あなたみたいに邪悪なものに邪魔なんてさせないわ。
邪魔なんかしない。何であれ偶然であるか必然であるかなんか人に正しく判別などできない。すべての白鳥は白い。それは真理であった。
Oh, I just remember during this time, Skaji was reading The Black Swan by Nicholas Taleb, or however you pronounce his name. That's why he's doing this line right now.
1羽の黒い白鳥が見つかるまでブラックスワン、たった一つの事実がそれまで強固であった定理を覆すことだってある。日没のたびに太陽が死に絶えると考える部族。彼らは毎日欠かさずに日没のたびに祈りを捧げる。
Yeah, the Black Swan book was really popular during that time, 2020, around after the financial crisis. So, yeah. Skaji probably read it. It was like, oh shit, I should put that in my fucking visual novel. And not only that, he also does show up he also does show up. Anyway.
新たなる太陽、日の出のために。誰も彼らが祈っているから朝が来ることを否定できない。彼らがその行いを続ける限り。だから高島さんが見つけた回答は誰も否定できない。
そうやってわけのわからないこと言っても無駄なんだから。
そう。でも一つ言いたいことがある。
何？
頑張ってね、スパイラルマタイ。
うるさい。
Oh, she was just wishing you the best. What's wrong with you, Zakura?
あなたなんかに言われたくない。
I never should have come back to school. I never wanted to see this person ever again. Now she spoiled my good mood.
まだ時間がある。どうしようかな。あれ？
That person. I recognize him. I thought I heard a voice, and I turned around. This must be Unme. To think that we would meet here just before the end.
間宮くん。
Seeing him felt incredibly nostalgic. We last saw each other a few days ago, but in the span of just a few days, we had grown so distant. No, we could still be separated until the end of time. Just like Nosami-chan was. That could still happen to us. Mamiya could notice me staring at him. A kind smile. That's definitely the real him.
高島ザクロさんでしたっけ？
はい。こんにちは。
あ、どうも。
今日はなぜこんな場所に？
あ、いや、別にこれといって理由はないんですけど、あれっすかね。買い物してその後意味もなく歩いてた系みたいな。というか、この沿線に住んでたら手っ取り早く買い物するなら杉宮じゃない？遠出するなら新宿まで出ることもあるけど。
そうですか。よかったです。
よかったですか？
はい。あなたに会えてよかったです。
はあ、そんなもんでしょうか。
はい。これも導きかも。
導き？高島さんとあまり言葉を交わした記憶もないけど。あるっけ
Is this the specialized physics book? That's probably it. It affects a person's brains and eats their thoughts, memories, and emotions. Damn it. The bug ate my precious memories in Mamiya-kun. Because this is the second Yuki, right? I won't forgive them. Big hazard. I won't forgive you.
どうしたのかな？
Yeah, this is the second Yuki at this point.
いや。そうですね。そうかも。
Oh yeah, this is her rebirth scene. The second this
私はあなたのことをよく知ってましたよ。
the scene, the opening scene of the visual novel is the birth scene of the second Yuki. Right. Anyway.
そうなん？なんか僕またしでかしましたか？
なぜですか？
いや、だって僕本人が記憶に薄い人間が僕のことをよく覚えているなんて、そういうのって大体怨恨の線じゃない？
Even after the bug ate his memories, he's still such a kind person. He really is a nice person.
私があなたに恨み？ないですよ。
そうですか。そりゃよかった。
私はあなたに悪い印象なんて持ってません。
そりゃよかった。
それどころか。
それどころか？
あ、友愛内閣。
I'll definitely come back to you, my beloved. I'll definitely come back. Next time, I'll tell you how I feel. You kissing him slash her. That's already it, isn't it? But, okay. I'll become a new person. Then I'll come back to you, Mamiya-kun. So,
力？何それ？
it's the power that allows you to see Otanashi Hayana.
これからすごいことが起きますからね。
すごいこと？貝合わせとかっすか？
貝合わせ？
なんでもないです。そんで高島さんが言うところのすごいことって何？
空はいっぱいいっぱい。
空が何でいっぱいいっぱいなの？
不安な言葉。空いっぱいの不安な言葉。
I told him about the scene I saw. The endless black gloom. The world's twilight. The gloom covering the sky.
不安とかじゃなくて不安な言葉ですか？なんかかっこいい表現っすね。
別に比喩ではないのだけど。
で、それがどったの？
それを受け入れつつあるから。
誰が受け入れたん？
世界が。
腕熟系。V 系だ。
何が？
ビジュアル系だ。
はあ、言い直さなくてもわかりますけど。
あ、いやね、そういうの好きなんかなーって。
不安な言葉。そしてそれを受け入れた世界。それが何と同じかわかる？
わかりかねます。
これから死ぬ人間の心。だから世界は終わる。
あのさ。
ごめんね。ごめん、こんな話。信じられないと思うけどね。でも守るから。
ザクロちゃん、この人は部外者に何をしているの？
ごめん。でもこの人は大丈夫。
What's their problem? They're so hostile.
あまり感心しない。うん。わかってる。
もう少し自覚を持ってほしいわ、ザクロちゃん。
うん。ごめん。
そんなこんなで僕はこの辺りで。ね
え。
はい。
世界は私が守るから。
はい。
失敗しないはずだから。ちゃんと。
ザクロ。
Bruh. Just straight up repeated the thing that her companions are straight up telling her not to do. The moment approached. It was 6:30. We quickly walked into the apartment building. The apartment building would be the best place for us to receive energy from Elhimuro. Soon it would be time for the spiral Matai. It approached, second by second.
さてと。とうとうだね。
My BGM for the perfect moment.
まあね。
What's wrong? Ayumi-chan has never been talkative, but why is Osami-chan so quiet all of a sudden?
どうしたの？うさみちゃん。なんか。
They're starting to realize they can't chew their way out of this shit. What's wrong? Is she trembling? Why?
今日は私たちが世界を救う力を取り戻す日でしょ。
I couldn't hear what she said.
どうしたのうさみちゃん。
私怖いの。
Kami-chan started crying out of fear. Why is she so terrified? Why is she crying?
何を言っているの？うさみちゃん。だって死んじゃうかもしれないのよ。
Did she just say we might die? Would we die? Why would that happen?
どういうことなのうさみちゃん。
She continued crying. She wouldn't answer me.
スパイラルマタイ。スパイラルマタイ？
Spiral Matai. I heard it was a ritual to recover our extra-dimensional powers. I heard we would have a near-death experience. But just what kind of ritual is it? I still haven't heard the
う
details.
さみちゃん。スパイラルマタイってどういう儀式なの？
Just kept crying in fear.
泣いてないで教えなさい。
私たちの次世代超能力を取り戻すためには死スレスレの体験をしなければならない。
だから
このマンションの屋上から飛び降りるの。
What? What did you just say? Did she just say we had to jump off the roof from the top of this building? This building is at least 14 stories. If we jump from that height, just like that, our bodies would crash against the ground, just like him. No, this building is 3 times as tall as the one he fell from, so it would be much worse. It would probably be a lot worse.
そんなことしたら間違いなく。
いいえ、そうすると地面につく瞬間に力が目覚めるはずなの。
目覚める？
絶対の死に直面しない限り力は蘇らないのよ。
絶対の死に直面。
でも怖いのよ私。
Scared off jumping from the top of this building, jumping off the roof.
Sakura-chan.
I grabbed Usami-chan and Ayumi-chan's arms. I dragged the two of them into the elevator. They were both crying now.
大丈夫よ、うさみちゃん。なんで私たちが怯える必要があるの？私たちはあいつみたく醜く死ぬわけないじゃない。
I wonder if Sakura fully broke here when she realized right then and there. Wait, this is kind of bullshit, bro. But it's so bullshit, it might just work. I don't know, man. When she learned about like what exactly the spiral Matai does, she just fucking went through it, man. I felt like she probably realized at that point that this is all bullshit and there was no hope for her. So she decided to continue with it anyway. Or rather, go for gamble if it were true or not. She didn't care at this point, I guess.
私たちは世界を救うための宿命の戦士よ。何を怯えることがあるの？絶対に死んだりなんかしないって。だって私たちは正しいから死なないんだよ。でもいい？うさみちゃん。今世界は滅亡の危機に瀕しているの。 私たちが今立ち上がらないで誰がこの危機を救えるというの？でもあの時のように私たちが立ち上がらないと世界が滅んじゃうの。わかる？宇佐美ちゃん、週末の時は近づいているのよ。見なさい、宇佐美ちゃん。ほら、見えるでしょ？大いなる災いが降りてこようとしているのが。あの時もそうだった。あの時、私たち3人は言ったわ。私たちは負けない。私たち3人が力を合わせる限り。忘れたの？宇佐美ちゃん、今ここで立ち上がらないと世界は滅んでしまうのよ。見えないよ。見えないよ。大いなる災いなんて。ちゃんと見なさい。宇佐美。いい？宇佐美ちゃん、怯えは形のない怪物なの。心を惑わして悪い結果を呼び込むのよ。ここでもしひるんだら世界は破滅してしまうのよ。いいの？宇佐美ちゃん、いい？何言って、世界なんて滅んじゃってもいい。私は死にたくない。
I slapped Usami-chan without even thinking.
ごめんね。でももう時間がないの。あゆみちゃん、今何時？
Ayumi-chan silently backed away.
今何時なの？
I grabbed her wrist and pulled her over to us again. She was trembling. So she's afraid too. They're both scared. Then I have to be strong. If I don't keep calm, the world will be destroyed.
何時なの？ 6時40分。時間がないわ。みんなほら、勇気を出してよ。勇気なんていらない。宇佐美ちゃんのバカバカバカバカ。あなたの強い心を見せなさいよ。
That's music, by the way.
そう、あなたのパナッシュ。あなたの心にある勇気の紋章。さあ、ルブレよ。今日こそ私は高校たる月の世界へ行こう。
It really broke up. It really broke here. She started quoting the Red Rocks book.
機械の助けなんぞいらぬ。それこそここからひとっ飛びだ。何言ってるの？そうだとも。あの月の世界こそ私のためにあつらえた世界なのだ。あそこには私の気に入った魂が幾人もいて、ソクラテス、ガリレー、物質の基本の要素をなす魂とは。これはいや問題だ。コペルニクスは言って曰く、そうだとも。一体全体どうして魔が差したんだ？一体全体どうして魔が差してガレー船なんぞに乗ったんだ？哲学者なり理学者、詩人、剣客、音楽家、はたまた天空を行く旅行者。その毒舌は打てば響く。彼は全てなりき、思考にして空なりき。だけどもう行かなければ、そう待たせてはおけない。
Wait, I'm starting to realize something about the line. Never mind for now.
見てくれ。月の光が迎えに来た。
The two of them convulsed, trying to run away. But I grabbed them both by the wrist so they couldn't run. That's right. They can't run away now. This is our only chance.
二人とも怯えないで。私がついているわ。大丈夫。安心して。私たち3人でどんな危機も乗り越えてきたじゃない。だから だから絶対に死なないわ。
I dragged the two of them along as I stepped over the handrail. The sky was close. It felt like it could reach out and touch the heavens.
そうだ貴様らは私から全てを奪おうとする。さあ取れ。取るがいい。だがな、貴様たちがいくら騒いでも新しい世界へモンパラシュ。
Said the word. I took one step out into the air. The two of them tried to hold their ground. But I took one step out into the air. That's all. Let me dance for this new world. For this new power. For this new truth. I took that one step. I felt the two of them trembling. It'll be all right. I'm here with you.
空へ。
I entrusted everything to the sky. My body traveled from sky to earth in an instant. I grabbed their wrists, bringing them along with me into that abyss. I saw their faces, laughing but crying, terrified and yet happy. Those were the emotions upon their faces. It's like we're flying. It's like we're angels already. So fast, so windy. But there was no sound. The world rotated in silence. Soon we'll reach the ground. Pioneers in aerodynamics. Everything was the rotating sky. The earth knew me as it reached up to envelop us. Just a little ways until we reached the world. Just a little ways until we reached the earth. It's a growing shadow. I saw my shadow upon the ground. All right, and that's Looking Glass Insects. Yeah, that was quite a read. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead now. I'm really hungry. I haven't eaten my lunch yet. Anyway, looks like this is that's it. And yeah, I'll see you guys at the next upload. I'll be going back to visual novels now, hopefully. I'm planning to read Angel Beats, so look forward to that, either starting this week or next, or I don't know whatever I do this week, but most likely the next visual novel I'll be reading is Angel Beats. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy watching, and I'll see you guys on the next upload or stream. Ciao.